The following is a presentation of Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
The Spirit are looking to wrap up a 3-game road trip on a high note as they enter into the Longyear Memorial Gardens to face off against the North Bay Battalion for the second time this season. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Stormmaster Exterior Studio. I'm Maren Klein. Dylan Clark is standing by in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. We'll get to Dylan and Puck Drop shortly and get to all the action we're going to see today on the ice. But first, let's go back to each team's last matchup. Yesterday, Saginaw fell 2-1 to the Sudbury Wolves in a very competitive matchup. It was a battle of the goaltenders, 2 scoreless first periods, and Stepan Shurigan and Owen Leonard for the Sudbury Wolves had so many great saves throughout the night to try to help their teammates.
Far ahead of Chauvin, and now Coughlin going to steal from goal. Partial breakaway to the net, poked away at the last second. Shurigan got lumber on it. Levi Harper leads the Spirit counterattack. Carson Harmer over the line. Barabanov left circle, toe drag, and a great glove save by Owen Leonard. And he had to fight through some Spirit sticks after the fact.
40 minutes gone and still scoreless, but it was Sebastian Gervais to light the lamp first for the Spirit. He had the power play goal to put them in the lead for the first time in the night.
Comes back and rips that one into the hand of Harper at the Saginaw blue line. Push back up to Barabanov. Now Zhilkin into the zone. Shifting over. Left wing taking the shot. He scores! Sebastian Gervais on the left wing circle. 9:59 to go in regulation. And a power play goal is the first of the game.
Gervais' goal lit a fire under both teams now with points on the board. Sudbury was able to tie it up on their own power play goal. The game was looking like it was going to go to overtime, but 26 seconds left, and Chase Coughlin forced a turnover and scored on a breakaway to give Sudbury the 2-1 win.
Knocked down by Valeris, left behind. Here's a breakaway for Coughlin late in regulation. He scores!
A disappointing ending for the Spirit, but they're looking to bounce back against the North Bay Battalion. Now, the Battalion haven't played since Thursday night, where they took a 4-2 win over the Erie Otters. Nolan Laird had his second multi-point performance of the year. Jax Pereira, Ryder Carey, and Ethan Procession also scored in the Battalion's win. Shamar Moses had a primary assist on Pereira's goal. He extended his scoring streak with 7 points in the last 6 games, and goaltender Jack Lizen stopped 20 of 22 shots for his 4th win of the year. Now, in other news for North Bay, Cam Warren has returned to the lineup. He returned earlier in the week. His first game back, that game against Erie, missed 5 games to play with Team Canada Red in the U17 World Challenge, joining Spirit. Ryan Hammerhand over there, he had 4 goals and 3 assists, the second among all OHL players at the 16 tournament in scoring. He'll be looking to get his first points back tonight. That's one player to watch, and there's many others on the ice. We mentioned before for Saginaw Spirit, Stepan Shurigan has had an amazing weekend. Each time he gets on the ice, he shows more and more improvement as he's gone throughout the season. He has back-to-back games with 38 saves. His 1 goal against performance against Barrie on Thursday was the lowest of his OHL career so far, and through the first 2 games of the weekend, Shurigan has stopped 76 of 79 shots for a .962 save percentage. He is someone that is giving his team a chance to win every single night and is sure to be another great presence on the ice. Now, someone who's going to look to get the puck past Shurigan, Nolan Laird, also mentioned him before. He is on a 5-game scoring streak. His second multi-point game of the season was against Erie. He's had 2 goals and 4 assists during the scoring streak. One of those goals coming in the team's last meeting against Saginaw on the season. 3 goals and 8 assists for 11 points. So half of his points of the season are coming on this scoring streak. He's been hot as of late and is going to look to stay hot and get the win against Saginaw today. Both these teams have a lot of fire coming onto the ice. North Bay, a 7-1 win the last time they saw Saginaw, but Saginaw is looking to finish up the road trip on a high note. Now, when we come back, we're going to hear from Dylan and head coach Chris Lasry on Coach's Corner, where Coach Lasry discusses the importance of growth opportunities in games for this young team. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're listening to the home of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner on this Sunday afternoon, final game of the weekend for the Saginaw Spirit here in North Bay. Joined one more time by Spirit head coach Chris Lasry. And coach, just quickly, in a game like last night, things turn late. How do you help a group of guys process it and move on here when you got another game less than 24 hours later?
Yeah, I think there's not much processing. It's learning. Like, I thought we played a great game. I thought we did a lot of good things. I thought we made one critical error at a bad time. But if you look at it as beating on a player for a mistake, there's no growth. If you look at and talk about situational awareness and the things we need to do in those type of situations, there's growth. And then we related it to like a must-win game or a playoff game or whatever, and the type of thing that either extends a series, closes a series out, or costs you a series, and the type of plays we need to make. So to me, like, we look at growth opportunities for kids that are 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and learning to play the game and learning to play under pressure situations, like what you need to do. And we took that approach.
For kids that age, is it kind of maybe the first time where they're being coached to kind of think that far ahead situationally? Like, hey, this could be something that comes up later in the spring?
No, I think just like, I'm sure there's been other examples in their career, but like, our league's a good league. It's the best league in the world for a reason. It produces the most NHL players for a reason. You look at the amount of NHL drafted players in the game last night, or players that will be NHL draft picks. Like, they don't need much room to put a puck in the back of the net. So when you put a player, you make a mistake like that to good players, like, the odds of it not going into the net are very low. Like, it's a dangerous situation for us. But again, like Kleppe, I felt bad for him. He came up and apologized to myself on the bus after the game, and I told him there's no reason to apologize, man. You played hard, you competed, you were great for us all night. You made one bad mistake, but it's like, how do you react and grow from that? That'll determine, like, is it a good thing or a bad thing for you, and we'll see.
And this North Bay team here tonight, or this afternoon, I guess, coming off a win against the Erie Otters, what did you see out of that, and what do you remember from the last time you saw them?
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously they're a good team. They're structured. Like, Uli does a good job. They're a good team. They got a lot of good players. It was 2-1 going into the third. The wheels fell right off of us. But I even feel like, again, we have a young team. Like, everybody in Saginaw fans, everybody, like, you can read things online, the comments about our team. Like, they forget all the good years we've had. And now we're in a year we have an extremely young group that's learning to play. We're not the teams of the past. And I like that we've had so much success they expected, but also being realistic with a bunch of guys going through their first junior season in this league. Even Barabanov and those guys, they played 22 games, are about to play 22 games in this league. Like, the wheels came off. There's learning opportunities. We're trying to get these guys ready for pro and make our team better over the course of time so we have a chance to win again. There was a lot of lessons in there. I even feel like now, a week and a half, whatever it is later, we're a completely different animal than when we played them. And hopefully we see growth in our game today and get the result we want.
Do you see now at kind of the 20 game mark, the guys that came over from the USHL, Klapov, Barabanov, Shatan, are you kind of seeing, maybe, is it easier to see now that they've gotten action at the OHL level, maybe where the differences are as far as what they're used to from where they came from?
Well, it's like our league has like 4 stages. Like, there's training camp, there's the first month and a half, like around this time. And then teams like around this time, they get real better quick. And everybody in the league is now back from NHL, and it gets real hard. And then there's, the post-trade deadline goes up another level. And then, so it keeps stacking levels. Some of the guys' numbers have maybe leveled off, but it's not because they're not playing the same. It's the league is like settling into being what it is, the best junior league in the world for a reason. And it becomes harder. And that's where you have challenges in your game and opportunities to grow in your game and learn what works and what doesn't and what you need to improve on. And we're seeing that with players as now we get set for this next 20 game segment, like where we need to get to as a team, but also as individuals.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck today. That's Chris Lasry, Saginaw in North Bay. Back after this in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Saginaw's trip through the OHL Central Division has hit its final chapter, at least here on this weekend. Couple of close games, hard-fought battles, and really exciting hockey. An overtime win on Thursday night against the Barrie Colts. A late game collapse last night against the Sudbury Wolves. And an opportunity here on this Sunday afternoon from Bort Longyear Memorial Gardens to exact a little bit of revenge against the North Bay team who got a 7-1 win over Saginaw at the Dow Event Center just a handful of weekends ago. Hi, everybody. My name's Dylan Clark. Thanks so much for being with us here this afternoon on a Sunday afternoon. It is Grey Cup Sunday here in Canada as the Alouettes get set to take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The attention here, not on football. It's on a great game of hockey that we've got set up for you. Saginaw taking the ice here as they close out the season series against the North Bay Battalion. In the Spirit, as we said, look to get back in the driver's seat after that late game loss to the Sudbury Wolves last night. We'll take a look at our starting lineups for today's game. Brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University, your community-engaged university in the Great Lakes Bay region. The North Bay Battalion points in 3 straight games. It started with that 7-1 win in Saginaw, an overtime loss against Sarnia, and then they beat the Erie Otters 2 days ago, a 4-2 victory. They'll look to keep that going. Nolan Laird had a goal and an assist in that game. He starts out on the left side with the rookie Cam Warren, Parker Vaughn at right wing, Aaron Enright, and Kent Greer on the back end for Ryan Oulahan's North Bay Battalion. Chris Lasry starts with the third line. Carson Harmer, Jensen Geldart, and Nick Sema, who was a second-round pick by the Battalion back in 2021. He plays his final regular season game here in this building today. Josh Glavin and Blake Barnes on the back end. Saginaw likely goes with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen here today. Before we drop the puck between Saginaw and North Bay, back to Marin. She's got a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboards here before we get started with some Sunday afternoon hockey.
Thanks so much, Dylan. Out-of-town scores presented to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. 3 other games happening around the OHL today. 2 already in action. First off, the Sioux Greyhounds at the London Knights. London sitting at 5th place in the Eastern Conference. They're just 2 points behind the Greyhounds in the standings, but Sioux on a 3-game winning streak and are currently in the lead in the first intermission thanks to Noah Louse's goal in the final minutes of the first period. The Erie Otters at the Oshawa Generals, both sitting at the bottom of their respective conferences, looking to find a win. It's tied 0-0 after 20 minutes, but the Generals leading the shot count 12-10 at the first intermission. Both those two games about to get ready for the second frame, and then the Sarnia Sting at Kingston Frontenacs. A lot of implications for North Bay in that game, as Kingston is just 1 point behind North Bay in the Eastern standings. Sarnia's lost the last two of theirs. That game tips off, puck drop for that game just about an hour away at 4:05 p.m. That's all for your Buffalo Wild Wings. Out-of-town scores will get you back to Dylan, and puck drop shortly after this one. We'll be back on 100.5 FM WSGW.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers, blue side, scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Jilkin. He'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Jilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
One last opportunity on this weekend here for the Saginaw Spirit, and it's Sunday afternoon hockey as they face off against the North Bay Battalion, looking to bounce back after a late collapse against the Sudbury Wolves and build on the positives that they found against Barrie on Thursday. Our starting goaltenders for today's game brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. It was Jack Lisson in net who backstopped the Battalion to a 7-1 win in Saginaw back on November the 8th. It'll be Mike McIver here tonight, 4th-round pick by the Battalion back in 2022. 19 saves in a 6-5 OT loss to the Sarnia Sting on November the 9th. That was his last bit of action. 5 victories in 14 games so far this year. Stepan Shurigan back-to-back 38 save performances for the Saginaw Spirit. He's in again today. Jensen Geldart against Cam Warren. Our Delta College opening face-off has things underway. Thanks for being with us today, everybody, here from Bort Longyear Memorial Gardens in North Bay. Carson Harmer takes over for Saginaw. They move left to right into the offensive zone. Aaron Enright, North Bay defenseman, stops up, takes it away, and here come the Battalion on the counterattack. This will be Cam Warren chasing down Blake Barnes back in the Spirit end and throwing a shoulder against him. Puck in the far boards, up at the right point. Long shot into traffic, never got through. Carson Harmer, a sliding block, but he can't get on the loose puck. This is Kent Greer now for North Bay. Back up to the right point. A long shot save made by Shurigan. He never saw it until the last second. He shuts down Nick Wellenreiter. Collision in the corner here on Josh Glavin. This puck escapes back out the center. And the Battalion on a quick regroup here. McIver will let it go for his defenseman, Kent Greer. Angled up the near sideboards. A turning puck back into the offensive zone for North Bay. Centering pass there off the stick of Lyra Mamadovsky. Never got to a dangerous area. Bronson right shot gets tipped by Procession. Another save by the pads of Stepan Shurigan here. Just about a minute into the game, he's made 2 stops. Blake Barnes out of the defensive zone for Saginaw. He's been on for a while. Takes a check from Mamadovsky, gets the puck up to Igor Barabanov. Wellenreiter strips it off of him. This is back off the far boards, and for Blake Barnes again, now to James Go. Up and onto the tape, Nikita Klepov off the glass and back in. Saginaw's leading scorer, still with 30 points on the year. Held off the score sheet last night against Sudbury. This is the first time all year he's gone back-to-back games without a point. Dimas Yilkin in the corner. Leaves it there for Klepov, looking back up to the point. Won't drop it off. Instead, doubles back down the boards. Stops and starts again. He gets knocked off the puck by Ignat Pazzi. And this will be taken back in the North Bay zone by Pazzi out the other side. 2 minutes gone in the first period. Pazzi trying to shake on through. Does so. Gets to the net and scores. He splits the Saginaw defense. Ignat Pazzi gets North Bay up 1-0 early. A goal and an assist for Ignat Pazzi. Last time the Battalion played the Spirit. This full throttle right up the middle. Catches the Saginaw Blue Liners flat-footed. Gets right in between Levi Harper and Graydon Jones. And it's back past the stick hand of Stepan Shurigan for a 1-0 lead here 2 minutes into the game. Mike McIver out of his net to play this puck back around. Fast tempo here for the Battalion, who have been waiting for Saginaw since Thursday night. A 4-2 win against the Erie Otters. They had 2 days off. This will be taken by Kapatoritis back and behind the North Bay goal. Out the far side boards, Sebastian Gervais fires it back in. He had a power play goal, the only one for Saginaw in that 2-1 loss in Sudbury last night. Ignat Pazzi will poke things back up the center. Xander Valeris there for Jacob Kluche back in the Spirit defensive end. Luce looking up ice. Not much in the way of options. This is Hayden Barch now down the right side. Dropped off for Sebastian Gervais. Gets hit by Dalen Moses. Shamar Moses, rather. And we're going to have a scrap here. Hayden Barch and Moses. 17-12 to go in the first. This may have been a discussion early on. The Lions are going to try to jump in here. Moses and Barch get grabbed. They're both going to be set down. They're going to say too much time expired, or too much time had gone by between when the gloves were dropped and when combat began. So minor penalties for both of them. 17-12 to go in the first. A bit anticlimactic, to say the least. Now, there might not have been too many people who saw it, but there was a conversation between Barch and Moses during warmups. And to be completely honest, we might be the only ones who know that up here in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. We're not going to say it too loudly so that the officials pick it up. Not that they would from all the way down there. 17-12 to go in this first period. So we'll hope that nobody gets tagged for staging a fight. Hayden Barch is getting an earful right now from the officials. And a good time to introduce our men in stripes tonight. Sean Kimmerly and Nat Manella are the referees. Charlie Geisler and Griffin St. Ong, the linesmen who stepped in, are WNEM TV5 officials for today's game. So Hayden Barch and Shamar Moses in their penalty boxes. That opens up play at 4-on-4. Nick Wellenreiter back in the North Bay zone. Unsportsmanlike conduct minors to both parties. Saginaw trailing 1-0 here after an unassisted goal from Ignat Pazzi. Igor Barabanov down the right side. It'll be poked away quickly. Bronson Rye leading the North Bay counterattack. Past Nikita Klepov and into the offensive zone for the Battalion. Braden Jones gets there first. Igor Barabanov takes some stick work from Ethan Procession, North Bay captain. Third-round pick of the Anaheim Ducks in 2024. Here's a stretch pass. Barabanov down the right side and a backhand shot. Shouldered aside by the goaltender, Mike McIver. His first save of the hockey game. Spirit keep it alive. Barabanov for Levi Harper. Fifth among OHL Blue Liners in scoring this year. 19 points. Back down the wall it goes. Glavin drops it off. Barabanov wanted a shade towards the middle. Bronson Ride cut him off, and he lays it back into the corner where Levi Harper takes a stick up high. He's got that glove hand trying to cover the mouth. He's in some discomfort right now, and here come the Battalion on the counterattack. This looks like Parker Vaughn trying to shift past Josh Glavin. Following on late, Cam Warren can't get a shot off. Broken play, goes back behind the net. Stepan Shurigan lost his positioning there for a second. But Dimas Yilkin hops on this loose puck for the Spirit. Yilkin into the offensive end. Laid a puck down for Levi Harper. Battalion swarmed to it along the near boards. 20 seconds left at 4-on-4. 15 and a half to go here in the first period. 1-0 North Bay on that goal from Ignat Pazzi. Kent Greer, North Bay defenseman, steps out of his own end. Works this one back up the right side. Nice move to shift on through. This looks like Amadowski, and a stick save made by Shurigan. On a backhanded shot, Amadowski explodes out of the corner. Look out, he scores! Amadowski stayed with the puck. Beat the defender out of the corner, went right to the net, and it goes around the leg of Stepan Shurigan. 15-13 to go in the first period. It's 2-0 North Bay. Seventh of the season for Amadowski. And Blake Barnes got kind of turned around. It looked like he lost his stick after that collision. So that's what allowed the lane for Amadowski to make his way right to the net. This might be another unassisted goal here, as the Battalion pick up a 2-0 lead. Still 1 second left at 4-on-4 between Hayden Barch and Shamar Moses. 2-0 Battalion. Face off at center. Saginaw's got it back in their own end. Carson Harmer can't settle that puck down. Bratsev for Pazzi. Back in the neutral zone. Ignat Pazzi turns away from the forechecking Nick Sema. Pazzi's got it back up through center. Trying to stick handle through Valeris. Here he comes again. A backhanded shot. That's stopped by Stepan Shurigan. And Nick Sema's got a little bit more for Ignat Pazzi. 14:45 to go in this first period. We got a lot going on in the corner right now. Sema showcasing the frustration on Pazzi. A response there. They're going to have some more words going over to the penalty box, and the linesmen are going to sprint over to make sure that they're separated. Sema still jawing at Pazzi. They'll both sit down. This is the last game in the regular season for Nick Sema in the building where he started his OHL career. They're still going. The penalty box attendant trying to get in the way of Nick Sema. Pazzi still yipping after it. So roughing penalties for both sides. And good on Sema. Saginaw needs something in the way of pushback right now. They need it in a hurry. Down 2-0 early in this game. We haven't even hit our first media timeout. So we're back at 4-on-4. Roughing penalties as the Battalion start out from their own end here. Ryder Carey up the near side, tries to get through James Go. He's met by the stick of Barabanov as well. Go pushes this puck off the boards. Barabanov back up through center. This is Dimas Yilkin into the offensive end now. Backing away from Brant Harper, older brother Saginaw's Levi. This is Brant Harper back up through center. Harper in attendance last night at Saginaw's game against Sudbury. Supporting his little brother then, not so much now. Here comes Dimas Jilkin down to the goal line. Jam play there, and a stick save made by Jack Lisson. Check that, Mike McIver. Jack Lisson, the backup goaltender today. Off the boards, this is Jilkin. Hung up on Aaron Enright. Procession puts Barabanov into the boards heavily. He had his numbers facing him, and Barabanov going to let Sean Kimberly, the referee, know. Barabanov back to the bench. Wellenreiter into the offensive end. Got a good gap here. Stick assigned by Saginaw's Nikita Klepov. 50 seconds left on the penalties to Pazzi and Sema. Saginaw flips this puck back up to the blue line. Gervais offside. He can't touch it. He'll tap it up anyway. And that'll bring play to a halt. Handful of minutes gone here in this first period. 2-0 on the goals by Ignat Pazzi and Lear Mamedovsky, the Spirit Trail. We're back to North Bay in a minute here on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Back inside Fort Longyear Memorial Gardens. 13:27 to go in the first period. And a 2-0 lead for the Battalion. Saginaw a bit on their heels here as they close out a 3-game and 4-day stretch. Lots of time, though. We'll see what happens between Pazzi and Sema when they're out of the box. But here come the Battalion. Wellenreiter, a shot from the right circle. Kicked away by Stepan Shurigan, the OHL's busiest goaltender. Coming into this game playing 1,024 minutes. Nobody's seen more action than Stepan Shurigan. Battalion back in their own end. Sebastian Gervais closes off a check, and now we got a scrap again. Up at center ice. Barch and Moses are going to get it. They trade a couple of rights. Barch eats an uppercut. Moses comes over the top. He stays on his feet, though. Moses without a helmet. Barch comes over with a good right. And the linesmen get in again before any more can be thrown. Moses has the hand back ready for a third. And they're going to take another seat here. 13:01 to go in the first. I'd expect more of this as the game keeps going. $13:01 to go in the first. Barch and Moses for fighting. It was the next opportunity they got out on the ice together. Willing combatants, and this time they don't waste any time. 13:01 left in this first period, 2-0 still. Penalty box is a little bit more crowded. Nick Sema and Hayden Barch shaking their heads right now in the Saginaw penalty box. Face off at 4-on-4 in the neutral zone. And this is something from a physical standpoint that the Spirit maybe have been lacking in the last handful of games. Look out, a stretch pass. Here comes Procession alone, and a save made by Shurigan. He stops the rebound as well. Xander Valeris puts Procession into the end boards. A little poke check there. Loose puck in front. A giveaway, and that one sent wide by Amadovsky. And Procession standing over Levi Harper right now. Barabanov's going to yank the North Bay captain over his rookie defenseman, or off of his rookie defenseman. Harper still seated next to the Saginaw net. Great A scoring chance on a stretch pass. Procession gets shut down by Shurigan. And Amadovsky, with the hit there on Harper, puts him right into the goal post. Harper back up. It's been a rough 24 hours for Levi Harper. He was the target of a lot of hits from the Sudbury Wolves last night. But Harper's back up. He's on the Spirit bench, and no worse for wear. 12:45 to go here in period one. Nick Sema and Ignat Pazzi are out of their respective penalty boxes, so back on the benches. Carson Harmon to take a D-zone face-off against Cam Warren. 7 points for Team Canada Red for Cam Warren, and a gold medal at the U17 World Challenge. got a warning in the building for throwing items on the ice. Not sure exactly where that came from. D-zone face-off back and behind the Spirit net. Battalion intercept. This is Kapacharitis. Point shot. Ricochets up over the glass into the netting and startles some of the fans on the suite level. They are right behind that netting up there, but they're safe and secure. 12:35 to go in period one. More discussions here off this face-off. Last night's game in Sudbury went pretty darn quick. Jonathan Dent and myself, we were discussing in the second intermission that second period, it took just about a half hour to play, which is incredibly fast. That might not be the tempo here tonight. As Saginaw gets this puck out of the zone on a D-zone face-off, is sent back in behind the net of Mike McIver. The Battalion up the near side, Kapacharitis lost it to a poke check from Jacob Kluche at the North Bay blue line. Manzo hit by the shoulder of Carson Harmer. Kapacharitis, glancing blow from Kluche. The Battalion have it back in the neutral zone. Cam Warren takes another check from Carson Harmer. Manzo up the far boards. This one picked up by Nolan Laird. Drop back. Pass up high there on Adrian Manzo. Reeled back in on the one-handed pass to Parker Vaughn. Trying to spin that back inside the Spirit, and it goes off the skate of Kluche. Kluche on it now for the Spirit. Jets 7th rounder gets it up to Trevor Thoyer down the left side. Held off. Thoyer closed off on the hit by Carter Kudapaski. Entry pass picked off there by Trevor Thoyer at the right wing faceoff circle. Back in behind the North Bay goal again. Kudapaski up the far boards. Uri Rauser takes a check. Third game of OHL action after joining Saginaw for the Slovakian U20 League. Trevor Thoyer out of the right wing corner. Now this is Levi Harper. At the top of the zone. Moves it over. Far side boards and snaps a shot. That goes off a stick and out of play. 11-16 here in this first period. First real good offensive opportunity for Saginaw in this game. Being outshot 9-2. Jilkin, Rauja, and Thoyer. 11 forwards. 7 defensemen for the Spirit. No Miroslav Shatan. He did take warm-ups, but this is his second game out with an upper body injury he sustained in Barrie. Liam Storch out with an illness. Ryan Hanrahan out with a broken wrist. Zach Wilson, a healthy scratch as Uzadima Jilkin shot that goes wide into the glass. And the Battalion will see Ryder Carey on this one. North Bay without Ryder Cali. Missing his 8th game with an injury. This is Ignat Pazzi on this one, up again through center. Braden Jones closes him off with a hip check. James Go spins it up the near boards looking for Dimas Jilkin. The Battalion intercept. The puck pinballs around in the circle. Thoyer gets taken down and a rising shot by Pazzi goes up over the shoulder of Shurigan and out the other side. Give and go. Nice move high in the slot. This one twisting down low to the goal line. Pazzi put that off the outside of the cage. Delayed penalty coming. Ignat Pazzi just inside the blue line. Extra attacker is on here for North Bay. They're up 2-0. 10:20 to go here in the first period. They're going to get a power play here soon. Bronson Ride fires it back around. That'll be poked at and finally touched by Dimas Jilkin. And a slashing penalty upcoming here to the Spirit, and it will be Jilkin, the guilty party. A little bit of frustration mounting for Jilkin. This is our first entry onto the penalty sheet. It does not come as an offsetting set. Jilkin on the slash sends the Spirit to their first Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill on the game. 21 power play goals against this season. These two teams, identical penalty kills. 21 power play goals against us, 79 opportunities, 18th and 19th in the OHL. As the Battalion go down low here in their first power play of the game. Puck comes out into the circle off some bodies. Wellenreiter up high for Kent Greer, top of the right circle. Warren. Greer near side, Wellenreiter again. This is Greer, center point. Takes a shot blocked nicely there by the right leg of Sebastian Gervais. Greer again. Over to Warren, right circle. Back into the slot. Procession can't get a shot away. Point drive by Greer, fanned on. And Xander Valeris gets the job done. Gets the puck out the other way. Mike McIver. North Bay goaltender who picked up an assist on their second goal tonight. Drops it off in the Battalion power play. 19.4% coming into this game, 10th in the league. They make their way back into the Spirit end, and just as quickly, Jacob Kluche will take it away and fire it back down to Mike McIver once again. Kent Greer starts out from behind the North Bay goal. Drop pass right onto the stick of Laird, then Ignat Pazzi. Out the right side, this is Brant Harper into the offensive zone for North Bay. Hit by Carson Harmer. Puck sent back around. This one comes out of the near side corner board, stolen away from Kluche by Wellenreiter, shot off a leg. This will be taken by Graydon Jones. Off the skate, held in by Brant Harper again. Kluche can't get it away from him. Harper spinning it back down low, looking for that puck. Good opportunity for Evgeny Dubratsev. Goes all the way back down as the Spirit do get it clear. McIver's going to throw it up the right side. Reeled back in on the drop-off. Ryder carry. Can't get things out. Valeris on the backhanded clear. Barabanov. This will be chopped away by Brant Harper. Dubratsev picks it up back at the center ice dot there for North Bay. 8:20 to go in the first period. Dying seconds of the Zhilkin penalty. Barabanov back up the left side. Igor Barabanov button hooks the drop off. Here's Klepov the shot. That one blocked on its way through. Zhilkin's out of the box. Spirit have killed it off. Still down 2-0 here with 8 minutes left in the first period. Amidovsky throws that one off a leg. Pazzi, near side, Bronson Rye. Thrown back on through. This is taken by Nolan Laird back in behind the Spirit net. Levi Harper's on him. Blake Barnes on the loose puck. Looking for an outlet pass. Battalion partially break it up. It'll be stolen. Here's a chance. Amidovsky flipped it back in front for Laird. One more drop off. Jax Pereira. Broken play. And a save made by Shurigan. North Bay turns that into a grade A opportunity. Jax Pereira shoveled that one towards the net. 4th round pick by the Battalion this year. 5 points in 8 games. Just recently receiving kind of this permanent full-time status. He'd been an affiliated player. Got to wear the cage. Just the other day, got his visored helmet. Head coach Ryan Houlihan recognized the work he had put in, so it does not look like a trip back to the Powhatan Voodoos is in the near future for Jax Pereira. He's going to be a permanent fixture on this Battalion team this year. Out of the defensive zone, Jacob Kluche. Turned off the leg of Shamar Moses. Aaron Enright back in the North Bay zone. Moses again, shouldered there by Saginaw's James Go. 7:16 to go in the first period. Nolan Laird, here as the Battalion are up 2-0. Jax Pereira down the right side. Stops up at the right point. There's a point shot there. That one doesn't get through to the net. It goes off a leg there to Sebastian Gervais. Out the near side looking for Uri Rauscha. Settled down at the line. Intercepted, though. Here comes Pereira again. Not much in the way of numbers. Hayden Bartz vacated his lane there, and a blocker saved by Stepan Shurigan. Not sure what happened back on the Saginaw blue line. This is dropped back off for Uri Rauscha. Jacob Kluche wheels it back around. Gervais back into the skates of Kluche. Backhanded pass up high. Barch over. Valeris, fan on a point shot. Knocked away by Uri Rauscha. Enright comes away with it. And the Battalion send this one back up into the neutral zone again. Amidovsky to lead things out the other direction. Quick shot, an easy pad save by Stepan Shurigan. 6.5 to go here in the first. Saginaw gets this one up. It's Jensen Geldart. Bouncing puck. And offside are the Spirit here with 6:20 to go in the first. Third game of OHL action for Jensen Geldart again. Chris Lazary talked about what he's looking for out of Geldart and Rauscha. And early on, it's their compete level. The systems will come. The speed with the league will come, but how hard are these guys working? So far, he's liked what he's seen. Amidovsky off the draw. This is Geldart. Taking it away for Saginaw off to Blake Barnes. It's pushed back in by Saginaw's Nick Seema. No icing. Adrian Manzo. There for Kunapaski. Flip back up and take it away. Procession goes off the boards here for the Battalion. Amidovsky. Cross ice. Here's a late pass. Procession just got a piece of there by Seema. Rebound chance. They score. First stop was made by Shurigan. The rebound put home, I believe, by Nick Wellenreiter. 5:52 to go in the first, and it's 3-0. The Battalion come with numbers here. 5:52. left in this opening frame. Stephon Shurigan made the first save. And it is Nick Wellenreiter, his 4th goal of the season. And the speed has been on display here for North Bay in this first 14 minutes of play or so. 5:52 here in the first period. They might be getting an extra look at it on a potential offside, which would be a massive break for Saginaw. They do not have the thumbs up from the scorer's table just yet as the video goal judges continue to assess. So maybe the break that the Spirit need here. As Wellenreiter came in with Amadovsky. Lear Mamedovsky, one of 3 players that are NHL drafted here for this North Bay roster. 4th rounder to the Minnesota Wild in 2025. Shamar Moses, one of the others. 5th rounder to the Florida Panthers just this past summer. We already talked about Ethan Procession, the Anaheim Ducks prospect. Now, we've not gotten a look at a replay here in the building just yet. As now we do have the thumbs up from the scorer's table. This one's going to count here. 5:52 to go in the first period, and it's 3-0 North Bay. So last time these two teams played, it was a tight game. 1 goal going into the third period. Pretty even through the first 40. That's not the case so far. The home squad's up 3-0. James Go back in the defensive zone. Up to Igor Barabanov. Put off the wall. Demas Jilkin as the Spirit look to get it back. Rand Harper's on Jilkin. Cuts away in the left corner. Here comes Jilkin down to the goal line. In front, it goes off the skate of Barabanov. Held around. This puck played off the boards. Levi Harper comes down to play for the Spirit. Nolan Laird back up. Intercepted. Parker Vaughn now moves it the other way. Trying to push that one off there for Laird. Taken back by Saginaw's Barabanov. 5 minutes left here in the first. 3-0. Battalion have the lead as Harper pushes this back around. Extra little shove there from Enright. Kent Greer on the outlet pass here for the Battalion. This will be taken down the right side. Cam Warren's got a step, gets past Barch, and that shot fought off by Shurigan. He wasn't sure where the rebound went. Another collision there for Levi Harper. That one came off the shoulder of Cam Warren. And this will go over the right side. Warren put it right on the stick of Nikita Klepov. A fortunate break there for Saginaw. Stretch pass is picked up. Klepov springs Gervais, shoots and scores! Sebastian Gervais goals in back-to-back games. Goes low on the glove hand side of Mike McIver. A well-timed goal. 3-1 now. 4:35 to go in the first. Well, on the break, the Spirit needed desperately. And good to see one of the older guys providing it. The drop pass in the offensive zone for North Bay off the stick of Parker Vaughn. Gave it right to Nikita Klepov. Back the other direction. Stretch pass, and it's a breakaway from the blue line in for Sebastian Gervais. Nikita Klepov gets back on the scoring sheet. Sebastian Gervais got goal number 5 on the year. Getting the Spirit into the game at 3-1. Back in behind the North Bay goal it goes. On the far boards, Battalion pulled off the wall. This is Ignat Pazzi. Flipping puck just in front of the North Bay bench. Taken right back by Sebastian Gervais. Near side, Brody Papoy has Gervais heading towards the net. Takes a shot that goes wide. Gervais got it there. Out of the corner. Gervais trying to get out of the skates of the official. Ignat Pazzi kicks that one around. He's hassled by Saginaw's Brody Papoy. Kapacharitis takes the hit from Trevor Thoyer. This is Dubratchev moving back into the Spirit zone and back into the corner again. 3:41 to go in the first. 3-1. Saginaw's into it thanks to the goal from Sebastian Gervais. Brody Papoy out from behind his own net. Gervais on it from center. He's been out for a little while here. Back-to-back shifts. Gervais back down the left wing, trying to take it in front. Sharp angle try. That one goes off the outside of the goal. Gervais doubled up on by Battalion players. This is taken here by Kluche. And back up the near side boards. Ignat Pazzi flips it up, and that goes off the scoreboard for a stoppage. 3:12 to go in this first period. Sebastian Gervais from Nikita Klepov makes it a 3-1 hockey game. We're back to North Bay after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber, Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back inside Fort Longyear Memorial Gardens. Sebastian Gervais playing in his 280th career Ontario Hockey League game. Of course, all those spent with the Saginaw Spirit. Has him back into this game at 3-1, his 5th goal of the season. Second of the weekend. Picked up an assist on Thursday in Barrie on Jacob Kluche's regulation goal. So that's points in all 3 here on this trip through the Central Division for one of Saginaw's overagers in Gervais. Rauja, Kluche, and Carson Harmer in the offensive zone for the Spirit. They can't win the faceoff, though, and the Battalion get it back out to center. Glavin off the boards, and the skate of the linesman. Quick counterattack. Here comes Warren trying to get down through Glavin. Can't do it. Shamar Moses taken into the boards by Saginaw's Valeris. Warren tries to shake through Kluche. Stick knocked out of his hands. 2:48 to go in the first period. 3-1 North Bay. Glavin gets the puck to Uri Rauja. Outlet pass is going to hop off the stick of Valeris. He flips it right in between the offensive face-off dots. And Wright gets it off the wall. Out of danger for the Battalion. Hayden Barch off the boards. Too far for Carson Harmer. Battalion scoot this one back in. No icing, so Stepan Shurigan plays it. Knocks it down there for Valeris. Back up to the right side, Kluchek. Just knocks it back in here for the Spirit. Brant Harper's on it. In behind the North Bay goal. Spiked off the wall and taken by Bronson Ryan. Outlet pass. Lear Mamedovsky shakes that one over now to Procession. In over the line with speed. Dropped off. Wellenreiter. Met by Barabanov. This is Brant Harper off the far wall. Tries to get past Uri Rauja down to the goal line. Back in front. Procession scores. Fantastic feed out of the corner. Procession goes up over the glove of Stepan Shurigan. 2 minutes left in the first period, and it's 2-0. Third of the season for Ethan Procession. And that comes after, again, just speed back into the offensive end for the Battalion. Nice pass in front. Nothing Stepan Shurigan could do out of that. A bang-bang play. And a puck that had a lot of speed on it. 150 here in the first. Spirit fired back in. We may see Caleb Papineau at the start of the second period. It's tough to hang too many of these on Stepan Shurigan. Brant Harper and Nick Wellenreiter, the assists on that 4th North Bay goal. Saginaw back in behind the North Bay end. They're trying to get back into this one. Final 90 seconds of the first period. Procession flips it up. Glove down as Barabanov tries to steal there from Mamedovsky. Long shot by Zhilkin. That'll be knocked down and gloved by Mike McIver and a bit of a crowd afterwards. As Procession has Barabanov by the scruff. And another stick up high for him that Dima Zhilkin does not appreciate. We'll see if any offsetting roughing minors come out of this. Maybe a Saginaw power play as Procession had a pretty good extra pop right on the beak for Barabanov. Now, was there a bit of a sell job? Probably didn't have to sell it much. Minor penalty to roughing, though, for Ethan Procession. So Saginaw's going to find themselves on their first IBEW local 5-5-7 power play. Saginaw 17 of 86 on the year at 19.8%. So these two teams, the 9th and 10th power plays in the OHL, the 19th and 18th penalty kills. Their special teams mirror one another, but the score does not. It's 4-1 North Bay, and they get the first clear here on their penalty kill. Head fake from Levi Harper. He's seen his brother pick up an assist in this game. Klepov, cross-ice pass is quickly knocked down and sent out the other way by Kent Greer. So it's back in behind Shurigan and Levi Harper to pick it up. Little head fake. Can't get around Shamar Moses. Trouble there, and the Spirit moving up the near side. Dima Zilkin there for Klepov. Stick check, gets it back on through. Another delayed penalty coming as Klepov was taken down. Zilkin gets a stick up high on the hit from Laird. Shurigan to the bench, and the puck finally touched up here by the Battalion. And a tripping call with 26.4 to go. That'll send Bronson Ride to the box. No shortage of penalties here in this first period. Bronson Ride takes out the skates of Klepov heading down the wing. So 5 against 3. For a minute 15, it'll carry over into the second unless the Spirit find the back of the net here quickly. I'd like to get back into this one and find something positive to talk about going into the second. Sebastian Gervais has been waved out of the face-off again. So Barabanov will take it. Off the face-off, Harper near side, Klepov on a one-timer right into the glove of Mike McIver. That's one that, if McIver is a left-handed catching goaltender, might have been a bit more of a difficult save for him. But McIver, the glove on the right hand, comes out and absorbs it there off the stick of Klepov. Back to Harper after another face-off win. Goal line, Klepov on through Barabanov. Klepov getting it in the right circle. Back to Barabanov, and it pops over to stick at the last second. Kent Greer tries to knock it away, and the Battalion do clear. Levi Harper back behind the Spirit net. That'll do it for the first. 49 seconds at 5-on-3. When the Spirit come out to start the second period, they trail North Bay 4-1. We'll take a break when we come back. First intermission report. Aaron back in the studio. We're back after this here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Unwind on a fall color tour or simply wander a while on scenic trails. Handpick ripe apples and pumpkins, savor warm donuts and fresh pressed cider, and slip into the coziness of harvest season. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today. The disability experts in your community.
It's time for your intermission report, brought to you by Raymond.
Welcome back into your Storm Master Exterior studio for the first intermission report, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. An action-packed first period, 5 goals, non-stop action. We're going to break it all down now. The Battalion came out hot and firing, just 151 into the game. A puck battle in the Spirit's offensive zone. Ignat Pazzi wrangled the puck. He turned on the Jets, battled through defenders, and was able to fire the puck past Shurgin for the first goal of the game.
2 minutes gone in the first period. Pazzi trying to shake on through. Does so. Gets to the net and scores. He splits the Saginaw defense. Ignat Pazzi gets North Bay up 1-0 early.
Shortly after, Barch and Moses both called for unsportsmanlike conduct, 4v4, opening things up just a bit. And with 15 seconds left in that 4v4, Liram Amadovsky stick handling in front of the lane to the net. He found a way to get the puck past Shurigan to put his team up 2-0.
Works this one back up the right side. Nice move to shift on through. This looks like Amadovsky, and a stick save made by Shurigan. On a backhanded shot, Amadovsky explodes out of the corner. Look out, he scores! Amadovsky stayed with the puck, beat the defender out of the corner, went right to the net, and it goes around the leg and step on Shurigan. 15-13 to go in the first period. It's 2-0 North Bay.
Shortly after that goal from Amadovsky, tensions flaring. Nick Sema, Ignat Paji, both handed roughing penalties after that goal. And shortly after, Barch and Moses, another scrap sent back to the box with 5-minute majors. A lot of physicality early. Later on, Dima Zhilkin called for slashing. That would be the first penalty kill of the game for the Spirit. They were able to kill it off, but not long after, a rush by the Battalion once again. Ethan Procession, his initial shot was saved, but Nick Wellenreiter was there to stuff in the rebound opportunity to make it 3-0 for North Bay.
Let back up and take it away. Procession goes off the boards here for the Battalion. Amadovsky, cross ice. Here's a late pass. Procession just got a piece of there by Sema. Rebound chance, they score.
The Spirit battling back, trying to find an answer, and a minute later, they would. Back in the Spirit zone, Nikita Klepov gathering the puck. He sent it all the way up to Sebastian Gervais for a blue line breakaway to put the Spirit on the board and give Gervais a point in his third straight game.
Put it right on the stick of Nikita Klepov. A fortunate break there for Saginaw. Stretch pass is picked up. Klepov springs Gervais, shoots and scores! Sebastian Gervais goals in back-to-back games. Goes low on the glove hand side of Mike McIver. A well-timed goal. 3-1 now. 4:35 to go in the first.
Not long after, the Battalion once again entering into the zone with speed. Now Wellenreiter, he's setting up Procession, in each player getting their second point of the afternoon as North Bay would go up 4-1.
Right to get past Uri Rouse and down to the goal line. Back in front, Procession scores. Fantastic feed out of the corner. Procession goes up over the glove of Stepan Shurigan. 2 minutes left in the first period, and it's 2-0.
In the final minute of the period, 2 North Bay penalties on Procession and Bronson Ride. Going to give the Spirit some time on the man advantage to start the second. They'll look to capitalize. That's all the action we have from the first. When we come back, we'll send it over to the Town Place Suites by Marriott Broadcast Booth and check in with Dylan Clark to talk a little bit more about that first period of action. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the home, Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today. You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together. Let's drive.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
This is Josh Glavin, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Welcome back into the Storm Master Exterior Studio for your first intermission report, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. And we're now going to be joined by Dylan Clark in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan, a lot of action there in the first, not exactly going the Spirit's way. And before we get into the Spirit and what they've been doing, let's talk about that top line from North Bay. They've been all over the ice and torturing Saginaw a little bit early in this one.
Yeah, that's probably going to be priority number one when the Spirit get back to even strength in the second period. That top line with Procession, with Wellenreiter, with Amadovsky, they've got 6 points in that first 20 minutes of play. They can move the puck around real well. And look, it's been a bit of a struggle for these guys, at least early on in the year. Ethan Procession, just 6 points coming into this hockey game. And again, third round picked by the Anaheim Ducks in 2024. To have 6 points through your first 18 games, that's going to raise a couple of eyebrows, but he's looked a lot more like a third round NHL pick here in this game with a goal and an assist. Same can be said. Nick Wellenreiter, not an NHL pick, but he's looked really strong. Liam Amadovsky, again, the Minnesota Wild fourth rounder. Their NHL players are looking more and more like NHL players, and that's a positive for North Bay. It's going to make things a lot more challenging for the Spirit, especially when they can kind of walk out of corners and make passes from down low right into high danger scoring areas. Saginaw's got to find an answer for those three guys.
And speaking of finding an answer, Sebastien Gervais was able to get the Spirit on the board, his third point of the weekend. He had a key assist in game one, the lone goal last night in game two of the weekend, now a goal here. What have you seen from him just over the weekend and what he's been able to do?
Yeah, it's been some of the best hockey, I think, for Sebastien Gervais in the last little bit. I mean, he's been streaky at times in his OHL career, but the work ethic has never wavered. That's always consistent. That's always the same. But the good thing is now the points are starting to follow. He's got points in all three games on this weekend, like you mentioned. The assist in Barrie, the goal in Sudbury, and the goal again here tonight. Had an earlier three-game scoring streak in late October. So it's good to see Gervais put things together. Really, everybody on the Spirit side of things, especially the younger forwards, should try to model things a little bit more kind of the way that Sebastien Gervais plays. He's been involved in pretty much every forecheck for Saginaw. He's been getting after pucks in the corner, pucks along the wall. I know we talked about that a lot last night against the Sudbury Wolves. If the Spirit can find more Gervais-like efforts, I think that would go a long way in the second period.
And looking into the second period, the Spirit starting on the man advantage, and I think we're going to see a lot of special teams, penalty kills, power plays on both sides, a lot of physicality early. What are those biggest keys for the teams as they get an opportunity for special teams, to, especially for the Spirit, to try to come back in this one?
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it a little bit. It's one of the rare occasions where you get two teams that power play and penalty kill coming into the game basically identical. The penalty kill, 73.4%. That's spot on between the two teams. 19.8% on the power play for Saginaw, 19.4% for North Bay. So they're really dealing with kind of the same thing. But the Spirit have the advantage early on. They get a bit of a fortunate break there with the second tripping call. They've got 49 seconds at 5-on-3. The next 49 seconds are going to be the most important of this hockey game, because if the Spirit can get back into it, they've got a lot of runway left. They've got another power play after that, and they can shave it down to 2 goals. If this opportunity passes them by, I don't know that they're going to get very many after that in the way of power plays. And again, Saginaw's had a middle-of-the-pack power play, 9th in the OHL to this point in the season. So they've got to capitalize as often as possible. And again, the next 49 seconds are going to tell you a lot about what's been said in the dressing room and what kind of pushback the Spirit are going to have to start this second period, down 4-1.
Yeah, Dylan, it'll be interesting to see what kind of action we see in the second period after all of that in the first. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to get back to you and the second period shortly. When we come back, we'll look at some out-of-town scores throughout the OHL. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life, where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Meyer & Associates also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport. Conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region, no long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Welcome back into the Storm Master Exterior Studio for the first intermission report, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. Going to look at some out-of-town scores presented to you by Buffalo Wild Wing. A lot of action between the Spirit and the Battalion, but a lot of action around the OHL. 3 other games happening right now. The Sioux Greyhounds versus the London Knights going back and forth. Mikhail Zakharov, he had a goal for London to tie the game up just 5 minutes into the second period. But then Marco Mignoza for the Greyhounds, a power play goal to answer right back and give the Sioux the lead once again, 2-1. But in the final minutes of the second period, Brady Waslin tying it up on his own power play goal to put it at 2-2 currently in second intermission. Erie Otters and Oshawa Generals also in second intermission. Only one goal between those two. Harrison Franzen scoring the first goal for Oshawa in the final 5 minutes of the second. Oshawa up 1-0 against the Erie Otters. And finally, Sarnia at Kingston. That game is just a few minutes from getting underway. We'll see all the action between those two shortly. And that's all we have for our out-of-town scores presented to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. And now we're going to get back to all the action between the Spirit and the Battalion. We'll send it back over to Dylan. After this, you're listening to Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Just about set to start the second period here from Port Long near Memorial Gardens. A 4-1 lead for the Battalion. But off this opening face-off for the second period, the Spirit have just about 40 seconds of a 5-on-3 to try and get back into it. It's Levi Harper to swing over to Nikita Klepov. Barabanov, Gervais, and Zhilkin out as well. Gervais in front for Zhilkin. He scores! A power play goal. Dima Zhilkin from the bumper off the feed from Sebastian Gervais. The Spirit don't waste much time. It's 4-2, 17 seconds into the period. We said the next 49 seconds would be the most important of the game for Saginaw. How about the next 17? Another great pass from Sebastian Gervais. Dima Zhilkin, a much-needed power play goal, his 11th of the season in his 17th game. It rarely works that perfectly. They've tried that play a number of times, and this time it pays off. It's a 2-goal game, and still a minute left on the Bronson Ride tripping penalty. Saginaw's closed the gap to 4-2. The top unit stays out. This is Barabanov finding Zhilkin. Over the right side, Klepov gets buried on the far side boards by a hit from Aaron Enright. Levi Harper for Gervais in the neutral zone. Procession stolen by Igor Barabanov. Saginaw goes to work in the offensive end. 45 on the power play. Barabanov down to the goal line. Back and behind the net, comes around in the left wing corner. 2 Battalion players to him. This puck spills back out to neutral ice. Levi Harper's on it. Back up to Igor Barabanov. Takes the check. Gervais wanted to thread the needle. Barabanov up high. Harper. Barabanov again. Left circle. Goal line. Zhilkin in front looking for Gervais. Can't get the shot away. Harper into the circle. Barabanov gives it back to him. Klepov right in front looking for Gervais. It goes off his stick. And the Battalion clear. Stepan Shurigan, who has remained in the Spirit net. He saw 17 shots in the first period. He's going to hang on here and drop this puck back out. Jacob Kluche into the offensive zone. Taken down on his way through by Kunapaski. The Battalion kill off the second of the 2 power plays. But the Spirit do get one back. They make it 4-2. Back in behind the North Bay goal. This is taken by Kluche. Back up to Graydon Jones. D to D. James Go, a long rising shot. That one goes off Kunapaski. Checks to make sure the teeth are all in one spot. North Bay throws this back in. Amadovsky on the backhand. They go for a line change, and Shurigan drops it off for Graydon Jones. Up the near side, Uri Rauja for Kluche. Full speed over the line. That's taken away at the last second. Stolen on the counterattack. This is Parker Vaughn. Knocked out of the air by James Go. Battalion spin this back in. Graydon Jones takes the hit from Cam Warren. Jensen Geldart on it there. Jones for Uri Rauja. Saginaw can't move it up the wall. 2 North Bay players there. Now a third joining. 17:27 to go here in the second period. 4-2. The Spirit closed the gap on a power play goal from Dima Zhilkin. Nobody can move this puck right now. As nearly the entire roster is over to it. Finally, the Battalion get it loose. Point shot there from Ride. Deflects wide off of Nolan Laird. Big time collision on the far boards as Kluche gets a hit there from Vaughn. A little bit of a crowd gathers afterward. An extra poke from Jacob Kluche, and he's going to hear it from the North Bay bench right now. 17:08 to go in the second period. maybe looking for a little bit more of a response, but at the same time, you don't want to get suckered into a roughing penalty. So right now, James Go getting an earful from Spirit assistant coach Kyle Mackrick on the bench. Carson Harmer to take this face-off in the D zone. Hayden Barch hops over to join Brody Papoy. Carson Harmer wins the draw to Xander Valeris. Rim back around. Nick Sema on this puck for the Spirit. Trying to push it up to Brody Papoy. Drop back off the wall. Here comes Sema. Ducks down low. Carson Harmer wanted to wheel that puck around. Taken away by Enright. Battalion take over. Greer throws it back out to center. Hayden Barch on it there for Saginaw. The defenseman rims this back around. Brody Papoy off the wall. Can't hang on to that puck. Ignat Pazzi is hit. Puck is loose in front for Papoy. Lost it right on the doorstep. Looked like he nearly had McIver beaten. Kent Greer out of the North Bay zone. 16 and a half left in period 2. And Saginaw is offside. Carson Harmer will debate it with the linesman Charlie Geisler. The faceoff will come in the neutral zone anyway. Tail end of the road trip here for the Spirit. Saginaw a home and home next weekend with the Windsor Spitfires. Friday and Saturday they'll get a little bit more opportunity to rest this week after a lot of miles on the bus. D-zone draw. Battalion have it back in behind Stepan Shurigan on the dump around. Josh Glavin to Trevor Thoyer. This is Gervais. Back at his own blue line, pocket pick. Cam Warren. Down the left wing, 6 overall in this year's OHL priority selection. Loose puck in front. This one comes back up to the left point. Bronson Ride the shot, blocked on its way through. Battalion out of the corner. This is Brant Harper at the point. Around for Jax Pereira. Wanted the soft touch. Nikita Klepov's on it here. Trevor Thoyer off a broken play. Can't get that one to go. Battalion take this away at their own blue line. Pereira for Warren. Tried to spin around Klepov. Warren up high. Trevor Thoyer's without a stick. Ride. Now to Brant Harper. Walks it over to the far boards. Steps away from Nikita Klepov. Harper. Back up to Cam Warren with traffic in front. Takes a shot. Stopped there by Stepan Shurigan. Not sure how he saw that. As Gervais gets it back out. Ride over to Harper. This one down the right side. It's Brant Harper again. Doubles back. 15-18 to go here in the second. 4-2 North Bay. Procession down in behind the Spirit net. Comes around on the far wall. Rides the circle. Now the North Bay captain snaps a shot deflected into the glass. Collision in the corner. Josh Glavin trying to knock things loose. Procession on it in front. Centering feed. That one sent just wide. Brilliant opportunity. Still loose. Getting it back now. Wellenreiter and then Amadovsky. Over to the left point, back in front. Procession between the dots. Can't get a shot away. Procession on the far wall. Up top to Ryan. Wellenreiter down low looking for Brant Harper off the end boards. Back over it goes. Ride up high. Here's a chance for Cam Warren. Back on the ice. Curlin drag shot. That one fought off by Shurigan. 14 and a half to go. Second period. Saginaw tries to sneak a line change. Goaltender McIver out of his net to play this and trying to spin the rush back in for North Bay. Warren. On it down the right side again. Gets hit by Gervais. No more puck for him. Uri Rouser down the left side for the Spirit. Tries to chase after things. Stick check there away from Aaron Enright. Check from Jacob Kluche. That doesn't free up the puck. Now Igor Barabanov, a little flyby, but hangs on to the puck. Gets it over. Uri Rouser, right circle. That shot. May have gotten a piece of it there on the glove from Mike McIver. Puck comes back out at center, and it'll bounce into the care of Uri Rouser. Igor Barabanov down the right wing. Turned around. Put it right there for Jacob Kluche. He has to chase it down in behind the North Bay net. 13:50 to go and intercept. Back in front. Kluche on the backhand sent that chance wide. After Graydon Jones sent him a sneaky pass from down low. Knocked back out to center. This is Uri Rouser. Up for Barabanov. Graydon Jones leads the Spirit counterattack. Here's Kluche. Knocks the puck down. Delays and fires it back around, but nobody's on that near sidewall for Saginaw. So it'll have to come all the way back into the Spirit end, and Shurigan's there to play it. Pressure from Parker Vaughn, but James Go keeps it going. Turned up the boards. Nick Seaman's going to try to run right through Evgeny Dubratsev. Another collision behind the play, as this time it's Vaughn running over Zhilkin. Loose puck at the Spirit blue line, but Zhilkin gets it back. Knocked out of the air by Nick Sema. At the North Bay line, the Battalion counterattack. Here comes Parker Vaughn. High in between the face-off dots. This will be settled down by Sema. 2 against 2. Sema leads the counterattack with Jensen Geldart. Finds him in the circle. Geldart one-handed on through, goes off some bodies. Out of the corner it comes. Kapacharitis here for the Battalion. Chopped after by Nick Sema. Up the right side, Parker Vaughn lays it back in behind the Saginaw net. 12:44 to go in the period. Still 4-2 after the Spirit get one back on a power play goal. Ryder Carey now for the Battalion in the offensive end. Stick lift by Levi Harper. Nick Sema trying to escape with this one out at center. Lost the puck, turned back around. Good stick check there by Ryder Carey. This is on from the bench and a shot. That's a blocker save made by Stepan Shurigan on the shot from, looked like Kunapaski. Back at the top of the zone, Brant Harper. Long shot goes off the stick. It goes. 12:15 left in the second period. 4-2. Spirit are trying to make the climb back. We're back to Board Longyear Memorial Gardens here in a minute on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Hi, this is Graydon Jones, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
37. Approaching the midway point of the second period. 12:15 left in it. A 4-2 lead for the North Bay Battalion. Shots on goal in this game brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. A 20-7 advantage for the Battalion as they get set up for another offensive zone faceoff here. It'll be Ryder Carey to take it against Nikita Klepov after Gervais gets waved out. Carey wins it back to Ride, then Ignat Pazzi. It's into the skates of Klepov. We got a penalty behind the play, a cross-checking call. And it looks like it'll come up against Saginaw. Josh Glavin, the guilty party. Was away from the puck, not sure exactly where Glavin went wrong there. 12:08 here in this period. Trying to get a look at the replay. There was a battle in front. And yeah, just that one shot from Glavin sent down one of the Battalion players in front. So Saginaw to their second Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill on the game. The Josh Glavin cross-checking call. Battalion down to the goal line, back in the circle. Brant Harper up high. Swung back over. This is a long shot. They scored. I don't know if it was tipped in front, and Denny Dubratsev let it go. He gets a piece of Stepan Shurigan. It's in the back of the net. 11:55 to go in the second period. It's 5-2 North Bay. Everybody kind of looking around, waiting to see if anybody else would take credit for it. They'll give it to Evgeny Dubratsev. Shurigan gets a piece of it. Fourth of the season for Dubratsev. And not long after Saginaw makes the game, with a power play goal, the Battalion take it right back. They're up 5-2. Still half a game to play. And this goes back down on an icing. 11:49 left in the second period.
Battalion power play goal is
That'll move the sticks back down to the right.
Scored by number 18, Evgeny Dubratsev.
Spirit weren't able to blank the Sudbury penalty kill, or the Barry penalty kill 2 nights ago at 0-for-3. Power play goal against from the Sudbury Wolves, though, as this will be moved back out to center. Uri Rauja knocks it down after the flip dump out of the zone from Jacob Kluche. Battalion will clear, and a bouncing puck does not go down for an icing as Procession gets a shoulder into Graydon Jones. Jacob Kluche on this here. Back up for Jones again. Lost the puck in the neutral zone. Back up at the offensive blue line. Jones and Rouse are trying to go to work. 2 white sweaters immediately to them. And nobody can really move this puck. It hasn't traveled far. They'll blow things down with 11:09 to go in the second. Well, last time the Spirit were here, an early March visit saw an 8-3 victory. That does not appear to be in the cards here today. Caleb Papineau was in goal for it. We talked about it last night in Sudbury. This is the only sub 5-hour drive between North Bay and Sudbury for the Papineau family to come down from Cochrane, Ontario to see their son. So an important trip for Caleb Papineau, whether he gets in any game action or not. Good to see the family. Puck laid back around in the North Bay end. Procession gets it back out past Trevor Thoyer. Wellenreiter pokes the puck away and sends it back in behind the goal of Stepan Shurigan. Josh Glavin back out. Amidovsky's on him. Hayden Barch skates it out of the Spirit end. Back up the center ice. Laid back in behind the North Bay goal. Brent Harper and Bronson Ride quickly to Barch. Barabanov looking for a stick lift. Gets things up the near side boards. Trevor Thoyer to try and push things back around. Brent Harper now back in behind the North Bay net. Barabanov comes over to him. 10:20 to go. Second period, 5-2. Battalion have the lead after a power play goal. Came off the stick of Evgeny Dubratsev. North Bay's first-round import selection here this year. Puck back in behind the Battalion goal still. Brent Harper knocked the stick out of the hands of Trevor Thoyer. Puck back up the center. It'll be taken here with a lot of speed by Cam Warren. Tries to get on through Levi Harper. They tangle into the boards. Harper goes down. Warren doesn't have the puck anymore. Nolan Laird does. Drops it back off to Brant Harper. Here comes the Battalion as Harper cuts up to the top of the Spirit zone. A shot that gets snapped wide. Lively rebound off the end boards. Good save by the pads of Stepan Shurigan. After a tough couple of bounces, another shot that goes into traffic and tapped wide. Laird back up the near side here for North Bay. Down to the ice after a check there from Levi Harper, but the Battalion have it. Up to the right point end. Right shot intentionally wide, and a tip shot is stopped by Stepan Shurigan. More after between Josh Glavin and Parker Vaughn. Levi Harper having a little bit more afterwards as well. One of the Battalion forwards. But they'll be separated here. 9:24 left in the second period. And a fresh group of Spirit players comes on again. The Jensen Geldart line. Still looking for his first in the OHL. So is Uri Rauja. We've seen a mix and match of forwards here for Chris Lazary. Shot off the draw on the North Bay side of things. Goes wide and pops right back out in front of the net. The Spirit makes short work of it, though. This is Brody Popoy up through center. Fires it back in. Easily knocked out of danger by Mike McIver. James Go throws it to the front of the net. Loose puck in front. Nick Sema backhands it off the outside of the goal. Had an open net chance on that broken play. Aaron Enright. Back up the Battalion. For Ryder Carey, trying to split the defense. Gets around Valeris. Draws a penalty and a pad save made by Stepan Shurigan. And it'll be a hooking call to Xander Valeris. Ryder Carey caught Valeris flat-footed. 8:50 left in this period. Valeris will sit down for two. And Saginaw back to the Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill, and an opportunity for things to open up even more here on the North Bay power play. Good chance at one end. The open net opportunity for Nick Sema. And back the other way. Now North Bay on their third power play chance of the game, up 5-2. Near side Warren goes back over to Greer. On the far boards, then back to the near side Warren. Right circle, down to the goal line. Bumped in front, Procession. Can't find his man Wellenreiter in front. This comes back up. It's Amidovsky. Now it's Kent Greer. Back over on the far wall. Wellenreiter to Greer. Long shot. Blocker saved by Stepan Shurigan. Back to Wellenreiter it goes. Greer again up high. 40 seconds gone in the power play. Warren over. One-timer. That one sent wide on the shot from Nick Wellenreiter. Warren again. Greer. Wellenreiter, far circle, throws it in front. Amidovsky, that one deflected, goes up and over the goal again. Procession gets around Glavin. There's Warren. Now in the right circle, dusts it off and moves it back to Greer. Warren again, goal line. Procession. Turning around away from Hayden Barch. Puts the shoulder into him, and this is Josh Glavin here for the Spirit. Makes a couple of stick checks. Now he's going to spring Sebastian Gervais shorthanded on a one-on-one with Zilkin. Breaking in front, the shot, he scores! Gervais feeds Zilkin again, this time shorthanded, and the Spirit drawn back to a two-goal game. It's 47 seconds left on the penalty to Xander Valeris. And that Gervais to Zilkin connection remains pretty strong here for Saginaw. They get back in the scoring column. Their third shorthanded goal of the season. And Dima Zilkin's got his 12th of the season, second of the game. Battalion start out back behind their own net again. Still 34 seconds left on the penalty as they hit the offensive blue line. Ryder carrying to the circle. Rising shot. Fought off by Stepan Shurigan. Up the boards. Jacob Kluche back into the offensive end. No more puck on his stick as it's Brant Harper. Kluche trying to steal. Harper gets it right back. This is back in behind. Giving the assist to Liam Storch. He's not in the lineup tonight. Here comes North Bay back on through. Kluche now for Carson Harmer. Harmer into the offensive end. The drop pass. Valeris, a shot. That's going to leak through, and a save is made by McIver. That puck sitting back in the blue paint. 6:44 left in the second. Close call. As Valeris looking to atone for that hooking penalty. The Spirit have killed things off. They're back at even strength. And they find a shorthanded marker. And again, it is Zilkin from Sebastian Gervais. Barabanov picks up the secondary helper on that as he's back in the scoring column. Offensive zone face-off for the Spirit. Barabanov, it's tied up in a big-time collision as James Go comes down. Lays the shoulder on Jax Pereira. Puck taken by Barabanov. The Spirit offside as that did come back out over the line. 6:30 to go in the second period. 5-3 as things tilting maybe a little bit Saginaw's way. Still the heavy shot advantage on the North Bay side of things, 26-10. It dominated the puck possession aspect of things. Barabanov between Sema and Klepov here. And Nick Sema's going to pull that puck out. I would expect Chris Lazary to keep Zilkin with Sebastian Gervais for much of the rest of this hockey game. As here come the Battalion. They try to drive wide past Barabanov. Laird pulls up in front. Puck hops right over the stick of Jax Pereira. Could have been a great backdoor tap in. Laird, the shot, that's right into the glove of Shurigan. Pereira, an extra chop there for Hayden Barch. 6:10 to go here in the second. Things moving quickly here in the middle frame. But the Spirit have brought things back from the edge of a pretty bleak outlook as they try to salvage things here. 3 goals on 10 shots. You have that Xander Valeris opportunity that nearly trickles on through. Things are in an interesting spot right now. But North Bay would like to slap things back down with another puck in the back of the net here and work it back underneath. In behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Ryder carrying. Around the horn and up the wall. Kent Greer. Thrown back under. Turned over. Brody Papoy moves things cross ice. Can't be pulled in by Aaron Enright. A little reverse check there. Sees Enright on top of Uri Rouser. The puck back in behind Shurigan's net. Outlet pass. Levi Harper. Intercepted by Greer. That's going to hop over the stick of Valeris. Back in behind it goes Harper. Back in the Saginaw end. Takes the check. Ignat Pazzi. Held off by Valeris. So Brody Papoy comes over. Now it's Uri Rouser. Up at center ice. Rouser's going to find Gervais. Into the left circle. That shot turned out by the stick of McIver. Papoy back underneath. Gervais in front of the shot. Rouser. Handcuff rebound chance. That one stopped. I think just getting a piece of it was McIver. Puck back in the corner again. 5:16 to go. It stays a 5-3 North Bay lead. This puck not moving much now. Staple gun to the corner boards. Gervais without a stick. Rouser, rather. He goes to the bench. Zilkin comes back on now for the Spirit. Brody Papoy pulls that puck out. Braden Jones from the corner. Met by Kent Greer. Battalion trying to rim it up the wall. Saginaw gets another line change here. Back from the left point, Zilkin. Trying to walk it down low. Dima Zilkin drops it off. Kluche in the circle. Harmer dusts it over. Here's a shot by Harper. That one blocked on its way through by Aaron Enright. And the Battalion clear. Levi Harper locked up with Ignat Pazzi in front of the North Bay bench. 4.5 to go here in the second period. Puck is pulled out. Kluche can't get that one away from Aaron Enright. And still it goes back and forth in the neutral zone before finally the Spirit throw it back into the North Bay end. Kent Greer on it there. Procession jams it back in. Step on Shurigan, trying to spring the rush. Goes over everybody's head and goes down for an icing. 4:11 left in the second period. 5-3. Things getting interesting here. And Sebastian Gervais and Dima Zhilkin have linked up twice to bring things back to within 2 goals for the Spirit. We're back after this. The Bort Longyear Memorial Gardens here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
Hi, this is James Go, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
4:11 left in the second period here for Bort Longyear Memorial Gardens. Defensive zone face-off upcoming here for Saginaw. As they look to make a push back here. They get the puck back out into the neutral zone after D-zone face-off. We'll talk about it more in the intermission, but Sebastian Gervais and Dima Zhilkin have their fingerprints all over this hockey game. Jacob Kluche looking to add his as this goes back in behind the North Bay net. Goes off a Battalion skate. Graydon Jones just cycles it back down low. Up off the near glass. Jones keeps a turning puck alive. Into the corner it goes. Jacob Kluche up high. James Go. Head fake. Takes a shot. That one blocked. This is picked up by Amadovsky and the Battalion clearing the backhand off the fingertips of Barabanov. Look out. Wellenreiter breakaway and a blocker saved by Shurigan. Fortunate bounce to the Battalion, and Shurigan saves the day. Manzo off the near boards. Wellenreiter there for North Bay. Puck pops up into the air. It takes a strange bounce. That's a backspin on it. It dug into the line right at the outside of the Spirit zone. They get things the other way. Barabanov there for Nick Sema down the wing. Back underneath, too far for Barabanov. Brant Harper, stick lift by Nikita Klepov. Taken here by Manzo. Sema gets a bouncing puck back. With Barabanov on the near wall. Barabanov got to get out of the way of the official there. Stepping into him was Cam Warren. Puck worked off the boards. Nice move by Nikita Klepov to keep things going. He's up high in the zone. Here's Klepov, near side. Lots of room. Glavin, left circle, takes a shot. Save is made. The rebound back out to Klepov. Down to the goal line. Barabanov in front. Klepov handcuffed. Puck comes back up to Josh Glavin. Right side into the circle. Here comes Glavin. Put it back in front. Missed Klepov, but picked up by Bart. Sent back down low. And off the corner boards, it bounces, and a stickless Mike McIver puts the glove on top to get a whistle and a face-off. 2:30 left in the second period. That was Saginaw's best sequence in the offensive zone today by far. Things moving around a little bit more efficiently. There is belief here as they've closed the gap to two goals. And the Gervais line comes out. Well, it's a new look line. He's got Uri Rausch and Jensen Geldart on his wings. Geldart had been playing some center here this weekend. Gervais wins the faceoff. Enright goes into Gervais. 2 Battalion players are there. Geldart's got to get over to give his alternate captain some help, and he does. Gervais and Geldart, they move the puck, trying to find Rauja. Goes off a skate, held into the line by Harper. Long shot tipped on its way. Save made by McIver. Oh, what a stop. He robs Jensen Geldart right on the doorstep. McIver gets back up. He's got his stick turned over. Geldart in front looking for Gervais. Loose puck. There's Xander Valeris now. Out of the corner. Slings that one on through. Too far for Rauja. Couple of stick lifts to trying to get it away from Ryder Carey. This is flipped over the head of Levi Harper, and they'll blow it down on an icing call. 1:53 left in the second. Another fortunate break here for the Spirit as they get Kluche, Zhilkin, and Carson Harmer on. Good opportunity for Xander Valeris, slinging that pass through the goal crease. Could have been a backdoor tap in for Uri Rauja, but just a little bit too far behind him. Spirit win another offensive zone faceoff. Harmer to Zhilkin, hops over his stick. Got to work into the neutral zone pocket. Picked by Ignat Pazzi, 2-on-1. Graydon Jones lays out. Can't get the backdoor pass to go. Ryder Carey was making his way on through. Here comes Jacob Kluche into the offensive zone for the Spirit. Finding Zhilkin. Drops it back. Move back around underneath the North Bay goal where it's Kluche again. Up high, looking to find Graydon Jones. Pass misfires. Shurigan drops it off to Jones. Outlet pass off the boards. Zilkin lays it back in. Harmer can't get there. Zilkin holds off the wall. Carson Harmer now up to the right side. Spear keeping in from the point. James Go there for Carson Harmer. Turn back, but right onto the stick of Ethan Procession. The Battalion get things back down. Amidovsky's got a chance down the left side. James Go, the last man back in a snapshot. Stopped by the blocker. Step on Shurigan. Big time collision as Graydon Jones gets skated through by Amidovsky behind the play. Those two untie back in behind the Spirit net. 48 to go as this puck comes back out from behind the North Bay goal line. Right onto the goal stick to step on Shurigan as this one fired from long range. Back from center ice. Nick Sema. Broken play. Taken here by Nikita Klepov. From center ice. This one off the glass back behind the North Bay goal. 29 to go here in the second. 5-3 Battalion. Amidovsky trying to get a late one here. Floats it back in. Takes a bounce, and Shurigan lets it go there for Levi Harper. Up to Sema. Out at center. Long shot right back in. Off the end boards from Aaron Enright. 10 seconds. We'll see if Levi Harper wants to force anything. Trying to spring a man off the boards. It's Klepov just at the offensive blue line. Near side Glavin with 2 seconds. Can't handle the puck. And so it goes back in, and that's the end of the second period. Saginaw down 4-1 after the end of 20 minutes. They win the second period. They scored twice. They allowed one. It's 5-3 headed into the third. 2-goal game heading into the final frame. Not bad, especially the way things were trending. There are more positives in that second period. We'll talk about them coming up in the second intermission after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates. Retirement made clear.
It's time for your intermission report, brought to you by Raymond.
Welcome back into the Stormmaster Exteriors studio for the second intermission report, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. Well, another action-packed second period between the Spirit and the Battalion. Going to break it all down. Starting off, we talked about the importance of the 49 seconds and the man advantage for the Spirit. Well, they responded just 17 seconds into the period as Sebastian Gervais in front fed Dima Zilkin in the slot. Zilkin's third point of the weekend, Gervais' fourth.
Barabanov, Gervais and Zilkin out as well. Gervais in front for Zilkin. He scores! A power play goal. Dima Zilkin from the bumper off the feed from Sebastian Gervais. The Spirit don't waste much time. It's 4-2, 17 seconds into the period.
The power play chances remained important on either side, and when Josh Glavin called for cross-checking, that gave the Battalion a chance on the man advantage, where Evgeny Dubratsev would fire a shot from the top right circle to make it a 5-2 game.
Down to the goal line, back in the circle, Brant Harper up high. Swung back over. This is a long shot, they scored. I don't know if it was tipped in front. Evgeny Dubratsev let it go. He gets a piece of Stepan Shurigan. It's in the back of the net. 11:55 to go in the second period. It's 5-2 North Bay.
Just around the halfway point of the second period, Xander Valeris would be called for hooking, but the Spirit would show aggression on the penalty kill. 47 seconds left in the power play for North Bay. Barabanov would get a takeaway that he would send all the way up to Gervais, racing down the ice, and once again feeding Dima Zhilkin for the short-handed goal to make it a 5-3 game.
Turning around away from Hayden Barch. Puts the shoulder into him, and this is Josh Glavin here for the Spirit. Makes a couple of stick checks. Now he's going to spring Sebastian Gervais short-handed on a one-on-one with Zhilkin, breaking in front of the shot. He scores! Gervais feeds Zhilkin again, this time short-handed. And the Spirit draw it back to a 2-goal game. It's 5-3.
The Spirit controlling the pace throughout the rest of the period. Shurigan making some big stops to keep it at a 5-3 game, including a big one on Rellenrider, who had gotten the better of him in the first.
This is picked up by Amadovsky. The Battalion clearing the backhand off the fingertips of Barabanov. Look out, Wellenrider breakaway and a blocker saved by Shurigan. Fortunate bounce for the Battalion, and Shurigan saves the day.
Saginaw finding some momentum with a lot of high-quality chances at the end of the period, keeping the pace. They're going to look to keep that pace as they head into the third and final period, pushing for a comeback. Now, when we come back from break, we'll bring in Dylan Clark and talk more about everything going on in that second period and what the team's going to look for in the third. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the home of Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. And every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today. The disability experts.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
Hi, this is Nick Sema, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM, WSGW.
Welcome back into the Stormmaster Exterior Studio for the second intermission report, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. Now we will be joined by Dylan Clark from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. And Dylan, once again, a lot to cover in this second period. And start off, we ended our discussion in the first intermission talking about special teams, where we saw 2 power play goals, a shorthanded goal. It's clearly been a big impact on this game so far.
Yeah, and they're pretty even too. You know, we mentioned that these two teams, they're mirror images of each other on the special teams. They've gotten pretty much the same amount of opportunities as well. Saginaw's 1 for 2 on the power play. North Bay's 1 for 3 on the power play. I think the big difference is Saginaw gets that shorthanded goal from Dima Zhilkin. That's what's made it 5-3. I would say the way that the game's been called through 40 minutes. Again, I don't have a crystal ball up here, so I don't know for sure. But I would anticipate probably one more power play chance for either team and not much more. So if the Spirit do find themselves a power play opportunity early in this period, they've got to take advantage of it. They did it to a T. That was some of the best puck movement that we've seen from the Spirit power play since probably the early part of October on the first Zhilkin power play goal. So they've kind of boosted their own confidence, I think, with the way they were moving it around on that first power play chance back at the start of the second period. So if they get one, and again, it's not a guarantee, but if they do, if they can move the puck like that, I think they're in good shape.
Yeah, and you mentioned Dima Zhilkin. Him and Sebastien Gervais have been all over the ice, not just in this game, but all weekend for the Spirit. They're the only 2 players with points in all 3 games on this road trip, and they've connected for all 3 of the Spirit goals so far. What's been working between those 2 from what you can see?
Yeah, you know what? Different guys are going to kind of carry the load for the team at different times. Not everybody's going to be 100% all the time, and you know what? These guys have stepped up in a massive way. It's been great to see what Gervais has been able to do. Third 3-point game for him here this afternoon. Zhilkin's been consistent after, again, maybe going a little bit quieter by his standards. Still well over a point per game player, but he'd been having a little bit of trouble finding the back of the net, so he gets 2 in this game. I think they just complement each other really well. Like, Zhilkin's a faster player. He's still solid. He can win puck battles. Gervais is kind of that board battle-minded player. He does so many of the small things well that maybe other players aren't willing to do. And not that Zhilkin isn't willing to go hard into the corner and battle that way for it, but Gervais is just maybe the best player in the Spirit roster at doing those sorts of things. And you know what? He's found an extra gear here tonight speed-wise as well. He's an overage player in this league. He's not a massive player, but he's a solid guy, 6 foot, 200 pounds, and he uses all of that frame to his advantage. He's played a lot of hockey in this league, and he knows what it takes to be successful. So those 2 together, whatever they've found, the Spirit need to hope that it keeps going here into the third period, because they might be their best bet for making up this 2-goal deficit here down 5-3 in the third.
Yeah, Dylan, you're absolutely right. And you talked about Gervais, the overager, but we heard Coach Chris Lazary talking to you pre-game about some of the younger guys and some lessons that they could have learned from yesterday's game. This is another one of those games that a lot of these young players can learn a lot of lessons in. What do you think that some of the conversations are like in the locker room and just these type of games that can teach these players?
You know what? I think we mentioned we'd like to see more Gervais-like efforts. I think that's probably been mentioned at least once or twice. Like, he's the example that you point to as a coach to say, look what he's doing. Look at the mentality. He's never down. The compete level never changes, whether they're down 4-1 or up 4-1 or it's a tie hockey game. You're going to get the same thing from those kinds of guys all the time, and it's always a top-tier effort. So I think for younger players, you see that. You see, I think maybe more than anything in a game like this, the lack of panic, because there was so much time left. Things weren't looking great, but the one thing is that time was on their side. So they slowly chip away at it. They pick away, and they get things back into the hockey game. So I think just as a young player, you see that kind of an approach to it. It helps you mature a lot. And these are the kind of games, things went sideways, but you can kind of get them back to a level playing field. So I think you look to that example that guys like Gervais have set here.
Well, Dylan, thanks so much for joining us. I'm sure we'll have a lot of action in the third. We'll see what the Spirit can do in the final frame of regulation. When we come back, we'll check on some out-of-town scores. You're listening to the home of Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Meyer & Associates also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net, that's srrn.net, to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Welcome back into the Stormmaster Exterior Studio for your second intermission report, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. Time to check out some out-of-town scores, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. The other 3 games happening around the OHL today, and a lot of action in them. First off, Sioux Greyhounds at the London Knights. 2-2, and no one could score in regulation. Headed to overtime and then to the shootout. Ben Wilmot and Sam O'Reilly with shootout goals to give London the 3-2 shootout win over the Greyhounds. Erie Otters and Oshawa Generals. The Erie Otters could not find a response. Oshawa taking a 1-0 win thanks to the second period goal from Harrison Franson, and Sarnia and Kingston underway exactly 5 minutes into the first. Tomasz Posezal opened up scoring for Kingston. Thomas Hopkins just 42 seconds later added on another goal, up 2-0 after the first. They're about to take the ice for the second period, and that's all for the out-of-town scores, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings and the Spirit and North Bay Battalion, of course, at 5-3 right now, heading into the final period. Sure to be a lot of action between those two squads, and we'll get it back to Dylan at the ice for the call with the third period. You're listening to the home of Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
My Michigan Health is your go-to place for comprehensive brain, stroke, and spine care right here in your community. Our expert neuroscience team provides care close to home with multiple certified stroke centers throughout the region, including the only comprehensive stroke center in Saginaw. With 24/7 medical expertise, the latest diagnostic tools, and advanced treatments, we're ready when you need us most. Learn more at mymichigan.org/neuro.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Third period action between the Saginaw Spirit and the North Bay Battalion. 5-3 is the deficit the Spirit looking to overcome right now. Outshot 12-9 in that second period. Better than the 17-6 they saw against them in the first. They've gotten it close. They outscored the Battalion 2-1 in the middle frame. Sebastian Gervais, his 8th career three-point night, is the biggest part of why Saginaw is in this game right now. And we start the third period at 5-on-5. North Bay firing it back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Xander Valeris, a rolling puck knocked away from him by Amadovsky. Takes down Brent Harper, older brother of Saginaw's Levi's. Got 2 assists in this hockey game. Puck on the near side wall. Wellenreiter gets closed off, and this one back up at center. Bronson Ride. Fire it back in where Stepan Shurigan is there to touch it for Saginaw. Move to Levi Harper. Klepov there for Barabanov. Into the offensive end with speed. Barabanov stops up, lost the puck. Klepov trying to use his body to keep it alive, and this is Saginaw's Levi Harper. Into the corner. Takes a big hit by Enright. Gervais puts it back in front. Klepov, the shot. That gets knocked away on its way towards the net. Klepov high in the offensive end. Closed off for the puck thrown back out, back into Spirit real estate. James Gull gets back, no icing. Turns away from the impending check. Nolan Laird. Puck gotten back up to Saginaw's Jacob Kluche. Back in behind the net of McIver. Rolled back around Laird. Carson Harmer gets it up high in the offensive zone. A Jones shot blocker save there by McIver. The rebound goes off the end boards. Kluche taps it on the backhand to keep it alive there for Carson Harmer. Back up at the right point. James Go for Graydon Jones. Cross ice pass disrupted. Harmer up high for Jones. A shot. They scored! James Go let it go. 18:23 to go in the third period, and it's a 5-4 game. Dimas Jilkin's going to lead the handshake line, though. Did he get a tip on that puck? All kinds of questions. Who scored? It's 5-4. Go stepped into it. Jilkin was standing right in front. If that belongs to Jilkin, that's a hat trick goal to bring things to a 1-goal contest. 18:32 here in this third period. An even strength marker. Great work by Carson Harm to keep that thing alive. As North Bay has seen the deficit shrink to 1. Ignat Pazzi, who got the scoring started in this hockey game. Back into the offensive zone, kept alive by Kapajaritis, thrown towards the net, an easy pad save made by Stepan Shurigan. Now Uri Rauza trying to spring Nick Sema in the neutral zone. Evgeny Dubravtsev back in the North Bay end. Jensen Geldart and Nick Sema force a steal. Back in behind the North Bay goal, Geldart knocked off the puck. Battalion trying to clear, it's knocked out past the skates of Hayden Barch. Back deep into the Spirit end where it's James Go. Over to Hayden Barch. He'll get a point on that goal no matter what. Whether it's a goal or an assist. Spirit move things back into the offensive zone. Uri Rauza gets knocked down and the Battalion will clear. This is Graydon Jones back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Jones back up through center ice. Down the left side, Gervais gets closed off. Brent Harper hit by Graydon Jones. The goal's been handed out to Dimas Jilkin. 5-4 the score here in the third period. As James Go has to untangle this puck from his skates. Sent back around. The hat trick for Dimas Jilkin. James Go and Carson Harmer pick up the assists on the lucky 13th goal of this year for Saginaw's Jilkin. Now a stretch pass. Gervais down the right side. Takes a quick shot. That one guided aside by McIver. Klepov keeps it alive. Gervais back down low. Forces off Brant Harper. Taken into the boards. Lost the puck. Battalion take it away. Move back up Nolan Laird. 3 against 3s. They get into the neutral zone. This is Stepan Shurigan to knock it down in behind the Spirit net. Quickly moved to Xander Valeris. Then up to Barabanov. Taken back and away by Nolan Laird. And right back in the North Bay end, up the near side. Angled back in by Laird. Stepan Shurigan there behind the net to spring things back around. Klepov tapped it off the boards. Taken here by Kent Greer, 16-19 to go in the third. 5-4. Saginaw's closed the deficit here on Dimas Jilkin's hat trick. Thrown back in off the corner. Stepan Shurigan knocks it down. It's into the skates of Xander Valeris. Back up for Jilkin. In through the neutral zone, up the near side. Carson Harmer stops up just inside the line. Spun back around. Back behind the net. This will be cut off. Levi Harper. This goes over, and it's off of bodies. Jilkin, the hat trick already. Just going to sweep that one towards the net. It goes wide. Luce trying to pull that puck back for Saginaw. Pereira run into by Hayden Barch. Spear keep the puck alive. Barch in the corner. Tries to get low on Enright. Gets tossed aside. Puck up the near side boards. Taken away here by Liram Amadovsky. Darts away from Levi Harper, but Carson Harmer steals the puck. Dimas Jilkin moved it up, and now Hayden Barch trying to split the defense. Takes a shot. Save is made. He goes into the goaltender. And the puck is kept underneath him somewhere. Or it's going to be sitting right on the goal line right now, and that'll draw a little bit of extra from Barch and Aaron Enright. 15:24 to go in the third period. Partial breakaway from Hayden Barch. Maybe not who exactly you'd have on your breakaway bingo card, but a fantastic scoring opportunity nevertheless. As Dimas Jilkin, and we'll go back to the bench here. A little confusion on the Saginaw line change. The SEMA group goes back. Gervais, Klepov, and Barabanov here for Saginaw. And some extra line shuffling here for North Bay as well. Carter Kunapaski back on their bench right now. Battalion win the D-zone faceoff. Grant Harper now for Bronson Ride. Outlet pass goes off the backside of Dubrantsev. Delayed offside here for the Battalion, so that gives Saginaw some extra time. James Go from Jones. Outlet pass at the left side. Barabanov's got it with speed, trying to hit Klepov and hit a skate. That was Brant Harper who got in the way. Klepov just one-hands this back in on the pass from James Go. In after it goes Sebastian Gervais again. Up the boards, the Battalion steal. The wall sealed off by James Go. Gervais there too. Nobody can finally pull this puck back out of the corner. There's Gervais, and then for James Go again. Turn back into the corner boards again. James Go underneath. This is Barabanov. Bronson Ride there for North Bay. Brant Harper hit by Gervais, moves the puck to Ride. Battalion have it back and behind their goaltender. Back around and up the near side. This is James Go. Leads the Spirit attack down the right side. Trying to slip that between his own legs for Klepov. Battalion get it. This is Ignat Pazzi. Turned around. Glove down by James Go in the neutral zone. He's got to get a line change here in a second. Dishes things over for Levi Harper in front of the Spirit bench. Back to James Go. Reels the puck in up the near side. Tapped ahead by Nikita Klepov. Kunapaski there for Brant Harper. Back out of the North Bay end. Uri Rouser trying to force a turnover. This will be sent down the right side. Liam Amadovsky, nice move. Gets around Valeris right to the net. And a save made by Shurigan. The puck underneath his pads. A fantastic move from Liam Amadovsky. But Stepan Shurigan holds the door shut. It stays 5-4. Back to North Bay after this on 100.5 FM WSGW.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
.45 left in this third period from North Bay. Dylan Clark with you as we've seen a game take on many forms. Right now, the Spirit trail North Bay 5-4. At one point, they were down 4-1 going into the second period. Dimas Jilkin completes the second hat trick of his OHL career. Has Saginaw knocking on the doorstep. Job's not done yet, though, as this puck's back in behind Stepan Shurigan. made one of his finer saves of the game to stop Amidovsky prior to that timeout. North Bay steals in the neutral zone. Parker Vaughn trying to get in after it. Bounces back out to Kunaposki. Over to his defensive partner, Adrian Manzo. Stolen by Brody Papoy. Uri Rauja back to Papoy. Left wing circle. Cuts to the net. Takes his shot. Save made by McIver. And there is no rebound. Another really good scoring opportunity manufactured by Brody Papoy and Nick Sema. They've had their quality chances in this game. 13-10 left in regulation. 5-4 North Bay. Mike McIver busy again. His first game since November the 9th. Jack Lisson stopped 20 of 22 in a 4-2 win against the Erie Otters for North Bay 2 days ago. This will be thrown back into the Spirit end, and now look out, Ryder Carey gets to the net. He got around the Spirit defenseman. That puck sent just wide on the stick side of Stepan Shurigan. And Carey gets it back down low for Ignat Pazzi. Saginaw had their chance to surge. Now North Bay coming back with one of their own. Enright for Dubravtsev. Ryder Carey tries to shake away from Harper in the corner, but the Spirit defenseman puts him back down below the goal line. Broken play. Dubravtsev can't get a chance there. Levi Harper from the Spirit blue line. Fired it back in, no icing. Around the horn it comes. Carson Harmer takes the check. Levi Harper, the shot tipped on its way through by Kluchain out the other side. Hayden Barch back down the left wing boards. Battalion see it on to Kent Greer. And right there. 3 against 2 in favor of North Bay back in the corner behind their goaltender. Carson Harmer can't settle that puck down as it's knocked out of the air here by Kent Greer. Jacob Kluche away from Ignat Pazzi. Here comes Harmer. Trying to catch the Battalion changing. Harmer's shot hit a body on the way through. Gervais got to locate this puck first in the corner. 11:50 to go in the third period. Saginaw trailing North Bay 5-4. Levi Harper off the boards. Kent Greer jams it back up to Harper at center. Here comes Barabanov down the left side. Takes the shot, puts it back in front for Klepov. That one fought off by McIver. Klepov up high. James Go. Barabanov. Center point. Left wing circle. Klepov in the dot. Takes the shot. That's into the glass. Back around it comes again and out to center. James Go. Shovels over Barabanov. Cross ice pass is broken up. Hopping on it is Barabanov. Little stick lift there and poked away. Jones gets it back here for the Spirit. James going his own end. Pass moved up to Nikita Klepov and flicked in on the backhand. McIver out to get it. Gave it right to Klepov here in the corner. Nikita Klepov up the boards. James Go at the right point, shot into traffic, glove down, and that one cleared out on the backhand out at center by Kent Greer. Gervais gets it. This puck back and forth in the neutral zone. Spirit can't get in with possession. Procession saw to that, and this puck flipped back out. Amidovsky's had a lot of chances in this game. The Wild prospect throws it back in behind the Spirit net. Jones back to James Go. Up to Klepov. Cross ice pass, Spirit in the middle of a line change. Jones got to hop off quickly here. Xander Valeris takes a check. The Battalion stealing the neutral zone again, approaching the midway point of the third period. And that puck on a long dump in, kind of skipped up on Stepan Shurigan there at the last second. He's able to make the save. Brent Harper's hit by Brody Papoy, and the Battalion put it back down low. Lavin moves the puck to Rauja. Lavin has to get it back. Ignat Pazzi in on the forecheck for North Bay. Uri Rauja leads things into the offensive end. Papoy just over the line. Puts it back down low. Rauja there first. In front for Sema. The shot. Save made by McIver. He stopped Sema twice. 2 phenomenal opportunities. Nick Sema's had 3 scoring opportunities here in this game. Frustrated, but he's going to go back to the bench. Trying to snap a 5-game goal-scoring drought. Nick Sema's had some really good shifts here for Saginaw in this game. Just has not been able to cash in. Little stick tap on the shin guards for Sema from Josh Glavin. Dimas Jokin's back out with Carson Harmer and Jacob Kluche. Jokin to take the faceoff. Now for Kluche. Back to Harmer off the draw. Top of the left circle. Harmer rips this one around. Up to the right point, James Go. Harmer on the wall. Walks to the middle. Go takes a quick shot, broken up on its way through. Kluche's got to get to this loose puck. Knocked off the wall. Harmer back down low for Zilkin. A deflection. Save made by McIver. He pokes away the rebound. Braden Jones back into the corner. 2 Battalion players to him. They move this back out. It's going to get around James Go. Carson Harmer back to pick it up in the neutral zone. Off the body. Pushed back in. This will be taken in front of the Spirit bench. And North Bay just pushes it back in. This will bring up an icing. 9-12 in this third period. Still a 5-4 game. But for really what feels like the first time in this contest, at least to start the third period, things are a little tilted in Saginaw's favor. 7 shots to 4 in this third period. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. Igor Barabanov will take this face-off. We're going to have a timeout called here by Ryan Houlihan, head coach of the North Bay Battalion. So that gives both coaches a minute to just kind of calm the waters a little bit. Chris Lazary does not bring out the whiteboard. Just a conversation right now. Just trying to say, keep things calm here, fellas. The tides are turning. 4-1. The Battalion took the lead into the second period. Saginaw outscored him 2-1 in the second, and Dima Zilkin completes the hat trick earlier in this third. Will take us to our 5-4 score right now. Mike McIver's made some really good saves here in this third period. Really active stick, too. We saw Stepan Shurigan with the active stick knock away a couple of loose pucks and break up some passes yesterday in Sudbury. It's been Mike McIver's turn to do that here today. Puck back in behind McIver's net. After the Battalion win the faceoff, Bronson Ryan just trying to kill some time here. Procession gets this puck out to center. Settled down here by Levi Harper up the near side. Puck off the wall. Can't be settled down by Klepov. Procession on it. Flip back in. This is James going a rolling puck, and it does go down for an icing. I don't know that James Go saw Lear Memedovsky coming with a full head of steam. He does get back to that puck first, however. And the faceoff down to our right again. 8:50 here in the third. The Klepov line stays out. Klepov 2 helpers today after being held off the score sheet. Again, for the first time in consecutive games, Thursday and Saturday. Battalion win the D-zone faceoff. Bronson Ryan for Wellenreiter. Off the glass, but not out. Barabanov held in nicely there by Klepov and put back in behind the North Bay goal. Saginaw does not have the numbers back down below the goal line. That'll be pushed wide by Levi Harper. Wellenreiter locks up with James Go on the near boards. Back in behind. Gervais for Wellenreiter on the intercept. James Go tries to get it back. Barabanov keeps it alive. Plays it up off the wall again. Spent most of this third period on the near sideboards. Now Gervais is going to find Klepov. Spin around and try and secure some room. Klepov now down below the goal line. Emerges on the other side. Klepov dancing through everybody. Pass a little too far ahead of James Go. He's just got to settle it down. Barabanov and the pass up high looking for Klepov. Deflected at the last second by Procession. So a rolling puck sent down by Stepan Shurigan. Given away by Go. Big time collision there. Now this will be brought on through. Nice move there by Cam Warren. Tried to shake around, and Stepan Shurigan had to knock that down with the paddle. Barabanov out of the Spirit end. 7:42 to go in the third period. It's a 1-goal game as Rauja tries to equalize. He's got it down to the goal line here in the offensive end. Tries to hold off Warren. Picked up by Brody Papoy. Sema in front. That one deflected by McIver at the last second. Harper puts it back towards the net. This line has manufactured some good scoring chances. As this will be taken back out the other direction, though, by Cam Warren, and the Battalion rookie fires it back in behind the Spirit goal line. He gets in after Hayden Barch, who crashes into the boards. Parker Vaughn sends it back underneath for North Bay. Dropped off, and this is Brody Papoy back in the Spirit end. Rauja goes for a change. Papoy carries the puck through center. Up the near side. Papoy gets clipped there by Parker Vaughn. Puck back in behind McIver's net. Rolls it up the glass. Point shot tipped on its way, and that one just sails wide. Jones let it go. I think that hit Jilkin. That hits a stanchion on the attempted clear again for North Bay. Battalion are hemmed in along the wall. 6:48 to go here in regulation. 5-4 Battalion. Up the near boards. Laird moves this puck to Cam Warren. Net by Saginaw's Kluche. Puck taken by Hayden Barch. Cross ice. This is Graydon Jones. Back up to the offensive blue line. Glove down by Nick Sema. Turns that puck back in and heads for the Saginaw bench. Mike McIver there to play it. Up the far wall. Zilkin closes off a check. Josh Glavin comes down. The puck pulled off the boards by Jacob Kluche. Down into the slot. Near side. He finds Graydon Jones. Back in front. Deflection. They score! Fourth goal of the game. Dima Zilkin ties it at 5. Great work on the wall. Josh Glavin comes down to keep the play alive. Kluche makes the play towards the middle. Graydon Jones in the near side circle, and Dima Zilkin presents a perfect target. His 4th goal of the game. First career 4-goal contest for Zilkin. And just like that, Saginaw has erased a 4-goal deficit. 6:19 left in the third period. The job's not done, but things looking a little different here on Zilkin's 14th of the season. 5-5 with 6:19 left in regulation. Expect a response from North Bay here. Around the near side, it comes back up at center. Bronson Rod gloves it down. Amadovsky hammered back in behind Stepan Shurigan. This is James Go. Out the far side boards. A little give and go. Igor Barabanov. Some trouble with that up the near side. James Go. Closed off by Procession. Klepov into the circle. Stick check there by Procession as now it's going to be brought back out to the neutral zone, but taken away by Saginaw's Barabanov. Right into the skates of Wellenreiter. Thrown back down, and Stepan Shurigan trying to make a quick play up here to Klepov while the Battalion are changing. Nikita Klepov now down below the goal line. Hit by Enright. Gervais is there. His fingerprints all over this hockey game. 3 points on the contest. Klepov to Harper. Point shot. Knocked down on its way through. Off the glass and the fingertips of Harper. Ignat Pazzi trying to steal here. Dubratsev. Stolen by Barabanov, but given right away to North Bay's Enright. That hit a leg at the line, and the Battalion offside. One more break here in regulation. 5-5. Just about 5 minutes to go. We're back to North Bay after this. Here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear with a team that plays to win.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Welcome back to the Dima Zilkin Show. It's 5-5 here for Bort Longyear Memorial Gardens, courtesy of the first 4-goal game in Dima Zilkin's career. 5:09 left in this third period. The Spirit down 4-1 at the end of 20, down 5-3 at the end of 40, and it's an even contest here with 5 minutes left in period 3. Graydon Jones, who picked up an assist on the equalizer, flips things back into the offensive corner. Brody Popoy gets in after it. Uri Rauja there for Nick Sema. Rauja in the corner again. 2 Battalion players to him, pulled off the wall. Sema tries to lay it back into space. Rauja wasn't there anymore. Manzo gets away from Brody Popoy. Then for Ignat Pazzi. Can't get it out past James Go. Good keep by Nick Sema, maybe not, as it was on the near sideboards. And the linesman blow it down offside. 4:41 left in period 3. Jacob Kluche and Graydon Jones pick up the assists. On that Zilkin goal, he scored 4 out of the last 5 goals in this hockey game. The other Saginaw marker in this contest belongs to Sebastian Gervais. As the Battalion have things from the neutral zone faceoff. Nolan Laird up the near side. Warren has had a couple of really good opportunities in this game. Into the offensive zone for North Bay. Pushed back in. Parker Vaughn. Stolen by Levi Harper. Up at the left point. This is Enright. Battalion in the offensive zone. Shot intentionally wide. The boards here in North Bay have been very lively in today's game. As this puck will be cleared out of play, deflected. There was some hooting and hollering as there may have been a potential for a delay of game call against Josh Glavin. 4:11 left here in this third period. Glavin and Bart's going to have a conversation here prior to this D-zone faceoff. Sebastian Gervais will come out to take it. Gervais in this game, although he's doing well offensively, it's been a bit of a struggle in the faceoff dot. Just 6 of 15 for Saginaw's typical go-to faceoff guy. Carson Harmer having by far the best game at center at 8 for 11. So maybe it's not a surprise that Igor Barabanov takes the draw instead. And moving up the wing with it, Sebastian Gervais gets it back out to center. Fired back in by Brant Harper. Josh Glavin behind the Spirit net. Amadovsky in hard around. He's going to poke that away as it danced up on Hayden Barch. Puck spills back out from below the goal line. This is back out at center. Sebastian Gervais trying to poke it past Brant Harper. A couple of stick lifts for him. Gervais hounding Harper right now. Procession. A couple of stingers there for Nikita Klepov. Was back up in the corner. 2 against 2 in the offensive zone for the Spirit. North Bay takes it back out the other direction. Wellenreiter pushes things back in behind Stepan Shurigan's net. 3:30 left in this third period. 5-5. Thanks to this performance from Dimas Yilkin. Rolling puck there for Enright. As it's back in the North Bay end. Klepov all over him. Igor Barabanov now in the right wing corner. Thrown to the net. Blocked on its way through. Up and out of play by Kent Greer. As it hits the netting and comes back down to the playing surface. Kluche, Harmer, Zhilkin all come out again. Saginaw's leading rookie scorer last year in Carson Harmer with 50 points. Second team all-rookie for Jacob Kluche. First team all-rookie in the OHL last year for Zhilkin. As Go pushes things back around, and it's Kluche in behind the North Bay goal. Looking for Harmer on the centering pass. That was deflected. Battalion come back the other way. Ignat Pazzi poked away. Good defensive read by James Go. Zhilkin try to bump that towards Kluche in the middle. Taken away by Ignat Pazzi. Head fake to get away from Zhilkin. Pass goes too far behind Ryder Carey. Ryder Cali is again injured. 8th game missed for the Battalion. Ignat Pazzi back on it through center, and a delayed offside is called. 2:40 to go in the third period. Ryder Carey versus Ryder Cali. It's not quite Brady T. Smith versus Brady R. Smith, but it's a little bit close. And for those listening last night while the Spirit were in Sudbury, there's another Brady Smith that plays for the Wolves that is obviously not involved with either of the other two. Let's keep all the Brady Smiths at least on separate teams. 2:40 left in this third period, 5-5. As the neutral zone faceoff is won back by Gervais. Glavin off the boards. That'll bring up another icing, as it was just too far away from the outstretched stick of Igor Barabanov. Saginaw allowed 17 shots in the first period. That was the second most shots that the Battalion had in the first period this year. They had 18 against Guelph back on October the 10th. They let Owen Sound get busy, 16 of them. Saginaw did. 16 shots from the Owen Sound attack back on October the 25th. So they cleaned things up after a sluggish start on this Sunday afternoon. What can they do with it here? Procession back down the right side. Tied up by Gervais, back in behind the Spirit net, centering pass, which burned Saginaw on almost an identical play earlier in this game. It was read perfectly by Josh Glavin that time. Battalion still back to work in the corner. Puck comes back out. Barabanov. Levi Harper up through center. Saginaw attacks with speed. Harper down the right side. Gets taken out by his brother. They go hard into the boards. This puck back around on the left wing. Levi and Brandt both back up. There's a Spirit player down behind the play. It's Barabanov. We got an extra shot there from Ethan Procession. Brandt Harper. Puck off the wall. James Go. Can't keep it in. Waved out by Procession to Levi Harper. Now James Go back at the North Bay blue line. 1:40 left in regulation. Brant Harper hit by Zhilkin. Carson Harmer spun back in. Zhilkin in behind the North Bay goal. 4 goals tonight. This one gloved down by Harper at the line and fired back into the offensive corner. Kluche. Stick lift on the inside boards. Zhilkin dumps it back around. Carson Harmer up the wall. 1:20 left to play. Tied at 5. Harmer for James Go. Right point. Takes a shot into traffic. Zilkin on the loose puck. It goes back down below the goal line. Keeps it alive and ripped it back up to the left point. James Go. Let go there by Jacob Kluche on the shoot around. Brent Harper braces the shoulder for contact against Dima Zilkin. Battalion get things back up. Cam Warren clears. Bouncing puck here. Battalion sneak a line change. This one kept up. Carson Harmer. Could he kick that down? No, it goes for an icing. Spirit got a little greedy there. Levi Harper trying to spur the breakout as Carson Harmer could not quite lift the skate up to knock that puck down. They wanted to catch North Bay in a line change. Understandable. 50.5 to go here in regulation, though, of a tie game. And you've got tired bodies out there, and the Battalion puts out the fresh line. Procession wins the faceoff, but it comes back out to the neutral zone as Enright fires it back in. Levi Harper, pocket pick by Amadovsky. Gervais has it here with 40 seconds left in regulation, and he's got no choice but to throw it back down for the icing again. As Chris Lazar uses timeout here. 34.7 left in regulation. We'll see, as it is not uncommon for coaches to wait for everybody to get lined up in this sort of scenario and then call a timeout. No. 34.7. They let Gervais take the draw. Puck is underneath Gervais somewhere. Pulled out by Levi Harper. Bouncing puck taken away by Wellenreiter. The Battalion have it. Spun back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. Amadovsky on the near side. Turns around, and that one right into the midsection of the Spirit netminder, who's not been tested in a while. He hangs on for a faceoff. And that allows some grateful teammates to go get a line change. Pretty routine shot there. Right in the crest. Off the stick of Liram Amadovsky. 22 seconds left in period 3. As Nick Sema is out with Klepov and Igor Barabanov, it seems going to take the draw. 76 games in a Battalion uniform for Nick Sema from 2021 to 22. Last regular season game he'll play. Here's a point shot by Bronson Wright. Save me! Oh, the rebound sent high! An open net chance for Amadovsky after a save made by Shurigan. 10 to go. Wellenreiter. Shot goes high into the glass and stays in play. Amadovsky from the corner with 5. Put back in front. Taken by Klepov. Up and over the head. And the fingertips of Bronson Wright, and the Spirit hang on to force overtime. Oh, a great save by Shurigan and a little bit of luck as well. Amadovsky put it up over the crossbar. Did Shurigan get a piece of that? If he did, it's the save of his life. We go to overtime. 5-5. Back to North Bay in a minute here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Welcome back to North Bay. Saginaw and the Battalion, after this outcome looked unlikely, or this situation looked pretty unlikely at the end of the first period with North Bay up 4-1. Saginaw on the shoulders of Dima Zilkin. They have forced overtime yet again. 9th overtime of the season for the Spirit. Or 8th overtime, rather. As it's going to be Gervais, James Go, and Nikita Klepov to start out. They have secured a point after a game where they felt robbed of a point against the Sudbury Wolves. Saginaw's going to try to end this Sunday afternoon on an exclamation point. Here's Gervais down the left side and into the corner. Stepan Shurigan got the play hero and keeps Saginaw in it late in regulation. Gervais behind the net. Up the right wing boards. James Go. Oh, it came back out over the line. They're going to say on the Spirit bench is incredulous right now. James Go can't believe it. 4:40 left in OT. We'll see if we can get a look at the replay. They're a little hard to come by here in this building. James Go's body, unfortunately, shields him from not only the eyes of the linesman, but the camera as well. And Chris Lassery's giving it to Charlie Geisler right now, the linesman. So there's your answer. 20 seconds gone in OT. Gervais, Klepov, and Go stay out, and Gervais wins another faceoff. The hope is that doesn't matter. Go is back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Up the near side, the pass too far behind Klepov. Picks it up, though, and here comes Klepov over the blue line. Shakes out to the right side. Klepov, top of the right circle. 2 assists tonight for Klepov, and that puck does come back out. As he was pressured there, Bronson Ryan's going to try to sneak a line change. Klepov trying to take advantage. Cuts back against Inak Pazzi. Drops it off, top of the zone. James Go. Nearly a minute gone in OT. Gervais, near side, one-time shot by James Go, and that one wide. Klepov over the far side boards. This one knocked away. Klepov battling for it there with Dubravtsev. This one's taken here by Pazzi. Igor Barabanov up high. James Go, lots of room. Puts it back down low, looking for Barabanov. Broken play. He's got it again. Up high for Zhilkin. 4 goals in the game. James Go has to track back out to the neutral zone. He goes for a line change. Braden Jones hops the wall. Here comes Barabanov down the left side with the puck. Takes a shot. Save made by McIver. Jones after it. Moves it back up to the top of the zone and back out. Dima Zhilkin on things here for the Spirit. Trying to find Graydon Jones at the blue line. That puck hopped up at the last second. Barabanov taken into the wall by Brant Harper. Back in the offensive zone for the Spirit. This one's taken away here by Cam Warren. And now North Bay's got an opportunity to take a breather. 3:10 left in overtime. Jones has to stay out. So does Zhilkin. Carson Harmer is fresh. Harmer trying to direct traffic as now the Battalion finally break out the near side. Wellenreiter to the neutral zone. Now into the offensive end. Wellenreiter cuts up and around just inside the line. Got that one back off Brant Harper. Thinks better of it. Goes out to the neutral zone. Tracks back to his own blue line. Carson Harmer trying to attack. Brant Harper lays this one back calmly here for Wellenreiter. Over the offensive blue line. Wellenreiter gets past Dima Zhilkin into the left circle. Takes his shot, and that gets blocked out of play by Graydon Jones. Mesmerizing skating and stick handling there from Nick Wellenreiter. As that kind of lulled Dima Zhilkin a little bit. He speeds up, and Graydon Jones ends up being the hero of the day on that chance. 2:33 left in overtime. Sebastian Gervais is out with Harper and Jacob Kluche. Rider for North Bay. It's won by Harper. Harper getting a rough ride right now for Parker Vaughn. It'll be knocked ahead, though, by Jacob Kluche. The Battalion steal it right back. Here comes Vaughn. Down the left side, not a lot of speed. Gets past Kluche. The rising shot goes out the other side, high and wide. This will be brought back by Kent Greer to his own blue line. 2:05 left in overtime. Ryder carry. Gets it out to Vaughn. Puck goes in between his skates. Trying to shake wide on Gervais, who's going to steal this puck back in the Spirit end. Gervais drops it off for Levi Harper. Takes a look out of the zone, uses the wall. Can't find Gervais. It'll bounce back down and be called an icing here in overtime. 1:47 left. And now Chris Lassery is going to call his timeout. Okay, so no timeout late in regulation. That pays off because he can use it now. And you learn a thing or two about timing through 400-plus games in the OHL as a head coach. Chris Lassery uses his timeout. And we were questioning whether Stepan Shurigan made both saves on that earlier scrum. And right now the consensus is that he did make 2 game-saving stops for Saginaw right at the end of regulation. So can the Spirit bring things home here in the final minute and a half of overtime? After 4 goals from Zhilkin, 8th career 3-point night for Sebastian Gervais. Saginaw just 1-3 in overtime this season. North Bay 2-1. Their most recent trip to OT was a 6-5 loss to Sarnia on November the 9th. Carson Harmer, James Go, and Uri Rauja out there on the D-zone face-off for the Spirit. Procession back and behind the Saginaw goal. Turns out from the corner. Procession stops up between the hash marks, takes a shot. Pad saved by Shurigan. Loose puck is settled down by Carson Harmer. Skates up ice with Uri Rauja. Over the line, he hesitates, drops it off. This is Rauja. Back into the corner. Carson Harmer looking back in front for Rauja. Got handcuffed there, and this will be Procession back the other way with speed. Maybe a 2-on-1. Procession put it in front, looking for the backdoor tap, but it was too far ahead of its intended target. And Manowski's got it back. Left wing circle. Takes a shot. Blocker saved by Shurigan. 1:07 to go in overtime. Harmer takes a check. Moves it back to James Go. Stepan Shurigan steps out to the top of his goal crease to maybe buy some space there against Amadovsky. Go drops it off for Klepov. Back in behind the Spirit net. He's on with Barabanov and Jilkin. 47 to go in overtime. Swinging out from behind the Spirit net is Barabanov. Full head of steam up through center. Here he comes. Igor Barabanov down the right side. Heads to the net. Save is made by McIver. And the rebound taken away. Here comes Bronson right on the counterattack. 2-on-1. 34 to go. Laird can't get it back across. The pass was cut off by Jilkin. High in the zone. Ride keeps it alive. Near side for Laird. Has to double back out with 25 to go. Out at the North Bay logo at center. This is Wellenreiter. Pounded by Jilkin. Back over, they move it. 15 to go in OT. Wellenreiter takes a look. They don't want to roll the dice. Still one more chance. Here comes Wellenreiter. 3-on-3 over the line. Drops it off. Laird, the shot, hit a body. Klepov knocks it down. Turned over, though. Laird keeps it alive. 3 seconds. They want to get a shot off. They're not going to get enough time. And so we'll go to a shootout. Some tense moments there. Stepan Shurigan didn't really have to make a save until the last couple of seconds of overtime. Both teams managed 2 shots in that extra frame. The goaltender's turned aside both of them. North Bay's been to 1 shootout so far this season. Mike McIver and Stepan Shurigan take a quick breather back at the bench. We'll get an ice scrape. It was a 3-2 win against the Barrie Colts back on October 19th. McIver made 25 stops in that game. And it looks like North Bay will shoot first here. We'll see exactly who Chris Lazary brings out. Klepov is sitting on the Spirit wall right now. Likely we'll see Procession, Wellenreiter, and Amadovsky in some order. Dima Jilkin, though, for Saginaw is going to start things off. 4 goals in regulation. He is the hero of the game. And you can add an exclamation point to that as the leadoff shooter here in the shootout. Slowly to the right side, almost touching the boards. Now back to the middle. Jilkin shoots, and a stick save made by Mike McIver. Wellenreiter coming back here for North Bay. He's the answer. Goal and an assist tonight. Had a really good chance in overtime that was blocked by Graydon Jones. Wellenreiter, a right shot. Weaves his way on in. Out to the left wing face-off dot. Back to the middle. Lots of stick handles. And a pad save by Shurigan. Sebastian Gervais. Now for Saginaw is the second shooter. 3-point night. Another massive part of this effort here for the Spirit. Not going to get a lot of chances in the shootout, but here's a big one. Sebastian Gervais down the left side. Heads to the net. Can't stretch it out on the backhand. I'm not sure if McIver had to make a save. It just might have been lost at the last second. This is Liam Amadovsky. Another goal and assist night for him. Another right-handed shot to come against Stepan Shurigan. North Bay's second shot. To the left circle again. Back towards the middle. Similar pass. Stops up. He scores. Open the wickets. And snapped it home. North Bay's got the advantage in the shootout. So the pressure on Nikita Klepov. Has to score to keep things going. 2 assists in regulation. Saginaw's leading scorer so far. Another left shot out to the right side this time, very slowly. Settles it down. What can he do? Stick handles. Klepov almost stops, and he's stopped by McIver. Gets out with the right pad. Makes the save on Nikita Klepov, and the North Bay Battalion will take this one in a shootout. So the Spirit come back, and they steal a point in North Bay. Down 4-1 at one point. Dimas Jilkin puts the team on his back with a 4-goal effort. And some fantastic stops again from Stepan Shurigan, but the Spirit unable to get things done in the skills competition. 6-5, North Bay will take this one. The Spirit will take 3 points out of a possible 6 on this road trip. We'll take a break. Post game coming up after this. 3 stars of the game brought to you by Applebee's and Applied Innovation. Look ahead. We'll be back in a minute here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
Looking to stay in touch with your community? Check out Great Lakes Bay Connections, a collection of shows and podcasts bringing you local voices, telling local stories from local people. Great Lakes Bay Connections features Hey, Great Lakes Bay, Generating Gratitude, That's What She Said, United Shades of Gray, Mi Gente on Air, and more. Listen weekends on WSGW, anytime on your favorite podcasting app or at WSGW.com. The WSGW online poll for you.
Tariff dividends. President Trump is proposing to send Americans $2,000 rebate checks from money collected through tariffs. He says this would be for middle income and lower income people, not high income people. President Trump has not offered any specific details, including when payments might be made. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, describing itself as nonpartisan, nonprofit, says that this would cost about $600 billion, while the tariffs are projected to generate only $300 billion. This action would require approval from Congress. The WSGW online poll question for you: should the government issue $2,000 rebate checks from tariff money? You can vote yes, you can vote no, you can vote I'm not sure. Head to WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, find the online poll box to make your vote.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Welcome back into the Storm Masters exterior studio. The Spirit falling in the shootout to North Bay in a resilient comeback effort led by Dimas Jilkin, taking you through the highlights in the third period, overtime, and the shootout. Starting out in the first minute 30, the Spirit stringing together some good passes. James Go fired a shot from the top of the zone, and who else was there but Jilkin to tip in the puck and secure his second hat trick of the season and 5th point of the weekend.
Back up at the right point. James Go for Graydon Jones. Cross ice pass disrupted. Harmer up high for Jones. A shot. They scored! James Go let it go. 18:23 to go in the third period, and it's a 5-4 game. Dimas Jilkin's going to lead the handshake line, though. Did he get a tip on that puck? All kinds of questions. Who scored? It's 5-4.
The point one ended up going to Dimas Jilkin, the assist credited to Go. The ice was tilted in favor of the Spirit to start the period, but the Battalion were trying to battle back in any way they could. Stepan Shurigan doing everything he could to keep his team in it. The Spirit saw the Shurigan they knew and loved throughout the weekend. A huge stop and Amidovsky to keep the Battalion off the board.
This will be sent down the right side. Liam Amidovsky, nice move. Gets around Valeris right to the net. And a save made by Shurigan. The puck underneath his pads. A fantastic move from Liam Amidovsky. But Stepan Shurigan holds the door shut. It stays 5-4.
With 6:19 to go in the period, the Spirit down 1. The Saginaw forecheck kept the puck in the zone for an opportunity, and they did not waste it. Who else but Dima Zhilkin in front of the net to score his 4th of the night to tie up the game at 5-5.
Josh Glavin comes down, the puck pulled off the boards by Jacob Pluchek. Down into the slot, near side, he finds Graydon Jones. Back in front, deflection, they score! 4th goal of the game! Dima Zhilkin ties it at 5!
In a game that seemed like a bit of a lost cause after the first period where the Battalion led 4-1, the Spirit had come back, a 5-5 game, and regulation would end at 5-5, sending this game to overtime. Now, overtime, no one could get past Shurgin or MacGyver to send the game into a shootout. Zhilkin, Gervais, and Klepoff all got turned down by MacGyver. It would be Amodovsky and Wellenreiter scoring to take the shootout win for North Bay.
This is Liam Amodovsky. Another goal and assist night for him. Another right-handed shot to come against Stepan Shurigan. North Bay's second shot to the left circle again, back towards the middle. Similar pass. Stops up. He scores. Open the wickets. And snapped it home. North Bay's got the advantage in the shootout.
Now bringing you the save of the game, brought to you by My Michigan Health. And absolutely one of the best saves of the season we've seen from Stepan Shurgin, which includes a lot of amazing saves. This one in the final seconds of regulation, 22 seconds to go, sprawling out and just tipping the puck off of his right pad to send it into the glass and send the game to overtime.
76 games in a Battalion uniform for Nick Sema, 2021-22. Last regular season game he'll play. Here's a point shot by Bronson. Right save made. Oh, the rebound sent high. An open net chance for Amodovsky after a save made by Shurigan. 10 to go.
Now taking a look at the scoring summary for this game, all the way back in the first period, opening up scoring, Ignat Pajji taking the puck himself, then Liram Amodovsky, assisted by Kent Greer. Nick Wellenreiter with assists from Proshejan and Aaron Dosky. Then Sebastian Gervais with his goal in the first, assisted by Klepoff, moving. And then at the end of the first, Proshejan getting his own, assisted by Harper and Wellenreiter. Moving into the second, Dima Zhilkin's first goal of the night, assisted by Klepoff and Gervais on the power play. Another power play goal from Evgeny Dubrovtsev, him scoring from Harper and Carey in the second. Then Dima Zhilkin, his second of the night, from Gervais and Josh Glavin. Shorthanded goal there for Zhilkin. Zhilkin scoring again in the third to open things up. Tip off from shot from James Go. Another assist going to Carson Harmer. And finally, Dima Zhilkin tying it up, assisted by Graydon Jones and Jacob Kluche. Now, real quick, looking at the games going on throughout the OHL, only one more playing. Sarnia and Kingston going through the action right now. Kingston currently leading in second intermission 3-1. Kuzma, a power play goal, had his second of the night, point of the night after an assist in the first period. Hopkins getting the secondary assist on that goal, so also a second point of the night for him. But then Jordan Bax would answer back for Sarnia to make it a 3-1 game. The Sioux Greyhounds and the London Knights. The Knights taking a 3-2 shootout win. Goals from Laus, Minyoza, and Waslin for the Knights, and the shootout goals going to Wilmot and Sam O'Reilly. Erie Otters and Oshawa Generals. The Generals taking a 1-0 win at home. The lone goal from Harrison Franson. That's all here from the Stormmaster Exteriors broadcast booth. Maren Klein, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get you back to Dylan with the three stars of the game.
Thanks, Maren. Well, a fun one here from North Bay. Not exactly the result that I think a lot of Spirit fans would have preferred, but you'll take the point certainly over no points, as we saw how quickly things could kind of change last night against the Sudbury Wolves. So the Spirit finished the road trip 3 out of a possible 6 points. 3 stars at tonight's game, brought to you by Applebee's. Ignat Pazzi got the scoring started for North Bay. Finished with just the 1 goal and was a +1 on the night. He got a lot better again in the third period. He looked like he had a couple of opportunities to close things off or to get North Bay back into it late in that third period. Had 4 shots on goal. Liram Amodovsky scored the only goal of the shootout, goal and an assist during regulation. He finishes the night as a +2. He's your second star. 8 shots on goal in the game for Liram Amodovsky. Nobody on either side of the puck had more. but there was somebody who had more goals, and it's your first star of the game, and it's Dimas Jilkin. 4-goal night for him. The first 4-goal night of the season for the Spirit, and trying to do a little bit of quick math, quick calculating, quick going back through all the goal sheets and all that. Right now, it looks like the last 4-goal game for the Spirit would have been that Joey Willis magical 5-goal night back on November the 13th of 2024. So that still is the franchise record for goals in a single game. Joey Willis's record and his legacy are safe, but Dimas Jilkin, 4 goals for the first time in his OHL career. He's your first star of the game. And, of course, our 3 stars brought to you as always by Applebee's. Up next for the Spirit, our Applied Innovation look ahead. Friday, November the 21st, they are in Windsor to take on the Spitfires before coming back home. It'll be Military Appreciation Night Saturday, November 22nd, a 7:05 puck drop. And, of course, Military Appreciation Night being brought to you by the Michigan Elks Association. Tickets on sale at SaginawSpirit.com, and also on sale the Santa Stocking Stuffer promotion. Spirit fans can get 6 upper-level vouchers for the 2025-26 regular season, plus a $10 merchandise coupon, all for $75. That's available until December the 22nd. So go to SaginawSpirit.com for an opportunity to get the Santa Stocking Stuffer, or, of course, tickets to the next Spirit game on Saturday, November 22nd against the Windsor Spitfires. Saginaw, their record changes to 7-9-3-3, their third shootout loss of the season. They've got 20 points on the year, 6-5 here from North Bay. Special thanks to Matthew Lester back at the WSGW studios and Maren Klein as well for her intermission hosting. My name is Dylan Clark. Thanks for being with us all weekend, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the hockey. Good night, Saginaw, and we will talk to you next Friday in Windsor.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.